What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. We are ready to get into today's episode. But first, Chicks in the Office is presented by Microsoft Copilot. Before we get into all the drama, the Grammys, everything we need to talk about, we need to talk about the thing that is keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot.
You are right, Rhea, because the world moves fast. Your workday even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work, built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use, helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through the clutter and clear the path to your best work. Start the week off strong, guys. It's Monday. You know how we're all feeling. You're looking at your calendar. You're prepping for the work week, your school week, whatever you got going on. Let Microsoft Copilot be your AI assistant through it all.
Yeah, learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot. How are we feeling? It's Monday morning. Fran, that voice, it sounds a little rusty today.
It does. It's been a while.
You know what you need? You need some of this.
I know.
You need
Is that hot?
It's hot water with lemon.
I could easily prepare that for myself. But I have not. I do need it. I need some tea, and it's freezing. I know it's obviously cold at home, but I'm in Florida still, and everybody's in a panic down here. You should have seen the mad dash in the neighborhood to cover the orchids.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's orchids are wrapped in like trash bags and blankets.
They gotta protect them.
On the trees. Yes, it is crazy. It got very, very cold. But no, I probably haven't had two back-to-back 3 a.m. nights in quite some time. And I was tested this weekend. I was tested down here. It's been a lot of fun. Came down it's my brother's birthday today. So happy birthday,
Happy
JB.
birthday.
So came down to see some family. Mio, their brand was a sponsor for Tyler Cameron's gala. That's for his mom's foundation that him and his brother started to honor their mom. And they've been a sponsor the last few years, which is a lot of fun. And we get to go to the gala and have a great time. And they also did sort of an adjacent brand trip for the gala as well that a bunch of girls were down here for that we were a part of, which was really a lot of fun. The girls were so lovely. Just like we had an absolute blast and just full itinerary of a weekend, which I have, like I said, it's been a while. Friday night, afternoon house party.
Woohoo!
Friday dinner out. Friday club. Saturday gala. Like it was a lot. And Saturday club. Back-to-back club nights for your girl. It's been a while. I haven't done that in a long time.
It sounds like a blast, but you must be, but also sounds exhausting.
Yeah. It was a ton of fun though. And yeah, I haven't done it in a while. So, but was that Bounce Del Rey? Haven't checked out Bounce Del Rey.
Franny at Bounce Del Rey.
Bounce Del Rey. Saturday we went to Mary Lou's, which was a ton of fun. A couple of the guys are DJs. One of Tyler's very good friends. And they go by Country Night. They're a duo. And they're fantastic. They played at Bounce. And then at Mary Lou's, they got on the sticks, a little surprise, a little 20 minutes just up there, giving everybody what they want.
No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, so it was great. It was fun. The gala itself was so much fun. It's such a fun event that they put together. Fun for a great cause. You get to see a lot of these kids that have gotten these scholarships. The foundation gives out these scholarships to kids, and so thankful, and there's so many great kids. They've been able to give out 33 scholarships now, which is really incredible.
That's awesome.
They do a big auction, silent auction, and then a live auction, which is fun because there's a there's really big events that they do. Like this year, they auction off a Masters weekend. There's always like a cool vacations, and then there's always some sort of like bachelor adjacent thing. So they did some tickets to the Bachelor Nation by Sea.
I was gonna say, when is that happening? It just reminded me of that.
I forget, but somebody got 2 tickets to that.
Yeah.
Um, and very funny, Tyler also does like weekend with Tyler. So you can do
Obviously.
like, whatever, a full curated weekend in Jupiter. And they did 2 of those, which was fun. It was like, 2 people were
Mhm.
going at it. They were like, what about 2 weekends? You each get one. So it was great. My friend Bridget came up from Miami with us, which was fun. JB had a couple of his friends with us. My mom came, and yeah, we had a blast. So it's a really fun weekend. And it's just like it's funny because Friday and Saturday we had tons of activities. Sunday is like when you're home and it's so cold in Florida. There's I'm like, what? There's nothing to do. My mom was like, let's go do something. I'm like, what are we gonna do? And everything here is an outside activity.
Everything. Yeah.
She's like, do you want to go to the mall? I was like, not really. That's kind of it. So, and it's so misleading because you look outside and it's beautiful sunshine, the palm trees and everything, but it's frigid.
Right.
So, um, that was that. And we had a fantastic weekend, ton of fun. Like I said, like they did a great job putting it all together. Such a great group of girls. I loved meeting everybody, and it was so much fun. So loved it. What about you guys?
That sounds like a blast. You look
Yeah.
like a stunning disco diva. So much fun. Love a theme.
Thank you. Yeah, dressing up is so fun. And also
It
it's fun
is.
when everybody commits,
Yes.
when you walk into a room and you're like, oh, hell yeah. Everybody really wanted to go full disco for the theme, which was awesome. Tate looked incredible, Tyler's girlfriend. Oh my God. Just an unbelievable outfit from her. She did like the full disco hair and makeup and loved it. Everybody really went all out, which was so much fun.
Yeah, she did look awesome. Everybody did. Everybody
Yeah.
did. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was cool to see everyone go all out. It looked like so much fun. I had a great weekend, just like super chill, just some good dinners. We went to the movies. We saw Send Help again because Kelly wanted to see Send Help. Matt wanted to see Send Help. Noah didn't see it, so Noah came. Tommy came. We'll talk about more about that in Weekly Watch Report. But there's like something I really look forward to is going to like our local spot. Oh, wow, I think I lost my voice there.
Local
I was
spot.
I was not at the club 2 nights in a row, but that local spot really, sure did take me out. You
Yeah.
know, there's something about going to your local spot, where you're like, ooh, you know what we're gonna do Saturday night? We're gonna go to our spot for dinner and have a couple drinks, just us two. And it just like gets you through the week. So like all week I was like, oh, I can't wait for Saturday night. We're gonna go to our spot, we're gonna have a couple drinks, some good food. And that's exactly what we did. And it hit the spot and it does every time. Like my favorite place in Jersey City has my favorite dirty martini, and it always hits. Like it is never bad. It is always consistent. And it may not be like the best dirty martini that you've ever had, but it's my favorite. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
you have your favorite one. And for me, this place has it. And it's just like, oh, it just a cozy vibe inside of there. That's what you need on like a really cold night. So honestly, that was really it. I went to 2 different workout classes this weekend because I was going to solid core for a long time, a lot. And then I took sort of a break from it because I just started just like regular strength training, just straight up weights in the gym for a while. So I hadn't been in a little bit and I was sort of missing it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to a class on Sunday. If you stop going, to that
Mm,
class for a while and then you get back to it.
mm.
Holy fuck. I I was being so dramatic yesterday. I was like, I'm coming down with the flu. Like I am in so much pain. I feel like I have flu pains in my body because of how fucking sore I am. Today I woke up feeling a lot better. It was inner thigh day and
Mm, mm-mm.
Jesus Christ. And I just hadn't been in a while because I've just been doing regular weights. And I was like, oh my God. Like I thought I was out for the count yesterday. Like I was being so dramatic around our apartment. I'm like, I think I'm coming down with the flu. And I'm like, it's really just it's the workout. It's the workout that got me. And then Friday, I went to P-Volve with Kelly. So we went in LA and then I've been a couple times before. And it's like Jennifer Aniston's like where I don't know, like I always thought she came up with it, but it's just the workout that she likes and she like
Yeah, like I think
is.
it's came from her trainer, like her
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
She's like the brand name
Yeah,
person for it.
yeah.
So Kelly and I, first of all, the streets of Manhattan are just chaos because there's snow built up everywhere, and the trains are delayed, and if you're taking an Uber or a taxi, it's stuck in a lot of traffic. So both of us on different ends were running late and we are sprinting down the block and I am just huffing cold air
Oh,
throughout because I was thought I was gonna be late throughout the entire workout. I am out of commission. I'm not gonna lie, I look like a freak in this class. First of all, my equipment broke and I had no idea how to fix it. So I'm doing one leg here, one leg over there. I looked like a goddamn mess in this thing. I was like, when you're just like, get me out of here like this. I need this to end so badly. That's that's where I was at with this class. And then sometimes it feels like the instructor is just singling you and your friend out. And it's not like we're talking. Like, you know what I mean? Like Kelly and I, you would have thought we never even known each other.
yeah.
But yet, for some reason, the corrections keep coming our way. And you know us after that, we were just like, fuck that. Like, or are we getting corrected the whole time? But
Yeah.
granted, I needed it because I was all over the place.
Yeah, I that is one of the things when you go to the class and you're like, ugh, I just and if you're not in the mood, like if you're like, you know what? It's a miracle I made it here in the first
Mm-hmm.
place. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just get through the class. And I know maybe I'm not lifting my leg as high as I could. Just don't tell me I'm not lifting my leg as high as I
Right.
could.
Like this is my journey for the next 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So let me take this journey by myself. And if you want to come over and just like help me with a form quietly, I don't mind that. But when you get on the microphone and you're like, Maria, let's fix that form, I'm done. I don't want to be in that class any longer. There is nothing I despise more than being in a workout class and being directly called out onto on the microphone when you're doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If they're like yesterday, it's not there. Maria on her toes. I'm like, hell yeah. Yup, that's me. Friday. Oh, Maria, we gotta fix that. I'm like, I'm gonna run out of I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the class right now because you are ruining my silent journey. Sometimes you just want to
I
take
know.
it how it's gonna take you that day,
I
you know?
I want to be told no, I don't want to be told if I'm good, bad, anything. I just call me out if you think I'm going to hurt myself. You know, like
Right.
that's like call me out if I'm on the cusp of having a major injury, but that's about it. Oh my God. So I'm cracking up. I'm thinking about this Saturday morning, Friday night in Bounce. We're at the table. It was Tyler's birthday on Saturday. So they were also doing all the big birthday celebrations and everything. And I'm standing up on the couch and there's a man in front of me and he's talking. He turns around. I go, ah, Johnny Bananas. I'm like,
Obviously.
oh my God. I haven't seen him in forever. So we're talking, we're laughing, we're reminiscing about our first look episode,
Mhm.
the whole thing. We're telling people we go way back. And he's like, oh my God, you got to come to Rumble. I'm like, Johnny, I'm not coming to Rumble this weekend. Like, it's just not because I think he owns I think he's one of the owners of the Rumble. And Boca or whatever franchise one of the Rumbles because you can do that. And it's in Boca, and I was like, I'm not coming down to Boca. I'm sorry. It's just not happening because it's like one of those times where it's like a workout class not in the cards for me this weekend. It's just
Yeah.
it's not. And the journey to Delray is even kind of far. It can be like an hour
Hmm.
from where I live. So it's not, but it was funny like being in the club and him being like, "Come to Rumble." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, that's like when you sign up for a workout class at 1 o'clock in the morning for 10 a.m. the next day,
Exactly.
and you're like, I'm not going to this. Why'd you trick me into
Exactly.
that? No, but yeah, there is really nothing worse than a workout class when you get called out. And then on top of that, you feel like it's just you, right? I'm like, there are 30 other people in this class right now. Why me? I can't possibly be the
Yeah.
only person in this class that is doing this maybe incorrectly right now, okay? Why me? That's how it feels. It feels like the world's caving in on you.
I hear you.
But
I hear you.
a lot of fun, a lot of fun. I mean, I do just enjoy I loved going to solid core for a while. I was going all the time, like very, very consistently. And then
You were going a lot.
sort of fell off. And I was like, oh, I just miss it. And then yesterday afterwards, I was like, did I miss that? It is quite the fucking burn though. Noah, how was your weekend?
It was good. I really didn't do anything after that movie. Like Tommy and I were walking home and we were like, yeah, I don't think we were both like, we're not gonna leave our apartments again after,
Hmm.
which is what I wanted. Like it's so cold that, you know,
I'm having this thing with the cold that I'm like almost walking more to places than I would. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but
It
I'm like
doesn't.
it doesn't because it's fucking freezing out. But all weekend long I've been like, oh, let's just walk there. Let's just walk there.
but this is like the type of
Matt's like, I
weather.
think you're like really enjoying how cold it is. And I'm like, I don't know, something about it. Like I feel, you walk outside, it's like, whoa, you're awake, you know?
You
It's
just
the type of
bundle
cold
up.
where like your hands hurt though. Like I like to go for a walk. Yesterday I got a haircut.
Hmm.
Then I wanted to like walk home. It'd be like a 30-minute walk, but like holding an iced coffee, like I actually like couldn't feel my hand. Like I had to take the subway.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's user error. Like
I
No,
get it.
but there's like
yeah,
if it was
that's
like
you.
if it was
To be
like
fair, I got
30
an
degree,
iced coffee the other day too.
but if it was
And
like 25 degrees, I think, or 30 degrees, like I could do it. But
yeah.
when it's 10 degrees, I'm like, I this isn't fun.
Yeah, that is true. It's at night. I'll say it's more during the day I've been doing it because when the sun hits, it's better. But at night, it's just, whoo! Oh my God. We got into bed and my legs were still freezing cold from being outside. I was like, what is happening? My legs are just not warming up.
You probably have quite the view of the frozen river, huh?
I do. You guys want to see it? I if I bring it up and it's gonna mess up the
Yeah,
sound for Noah.
it's gonna mess up Noah literally his face. He went, "Oh no."
Yeah, I was gonna turn
Yeah.
my camera around,
Um,
but
no, send me a picture later. I just want to say it's so
did
crazy.
I not send you guys videos?
I don't think so.
Oh, I took so many videos last weekend of the
Yeah.
frozen river, and I didn't share it with anybody.
I don't think so. I only saw on Instagram. Do you see that guy went viral of like the guy being rescued off that piece
Yeah.
of ice with the helicopter on the river? It's flying out. When did I leave? Thursday night was crazy. Like taking off from JFK and seeing all the water and everything that's just
Hmm.
ice. And by the way, France forecast, we're barely cracking above freezing for we may get close 31, 32, and then it's getting cold again.
I saw that and I thought, oh my God, what a treat. 30 degrees. Like I was so
Totally.
excited.
Anything above 25 at this point is balmy.
But
Yeah.
it's not gonna snow again, it seems. At least on the forecast here.
It does not. Yeah. How'd you feel about that big snowstorm this weekend? You were so confident about, huh?
I admitted once I don't see it on the app, then I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna snow,
Well,
which is probably exactly what your guy does.
no, you see, he had it days before that when it still said it was gonna
Well, if
snow.
that's true, then he's a psychic or something then.
He just knows how to. You, who do you think? I'd love to know how, like, where you think weather comes from. You like predicting weather. It's
No,
like,
I'm telling
you think
you,
meteorologists just check the weather app and that's how they decide?
no,
They
I'm telling
just
you,
they feel their boobs and they know what the weather is.
he's just copying the like meteorologist on TV.
No,
That's what I've been saying. He's just checking the weather app and be like, oh,
that's not what he's doing.
all
But
right, fine.
it's very clearly not what he's doing. Anyway, we are stuck in a tundra. It is cold everywhere. Snow all up and down the East Coast, really. I think it's been snowing like everywhere. My
Yeah.
my sister-in-law's in South Carolina. They're like, we got 7 inches of snow.
They did. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. It's insane and it's fucking freezing. But I'm like making the best of it. I don't know. Like I want it to get warmer, obviously. But I'm like, "Meh," you know? I'm
Phil says 6 more weeks of winter.
oh
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it is
Was
ground.
today Groundhog Day?
Today's the day.
Oh my
Today's Groundhog Day.
God. How did I
Yeah.
miss that? Wait, Matt loves Groundhog Day and he missed it. Oh my God, I gotta text him.
Oh my God, tell him.
Wait,
I always know because it's my brother's birthday. It's
did the
Groundhog's Day.
groundhog come out yet, or that's that?
Yeah, it happened.
Oh, it happened.
Puxatawny Phil predicting 6 more weeks of winter. He saw his shadow Monday morning,
I wonder how
signaling six
accurate
more
that
weeks
is.
of winter. Obviously, no, it's a groundhog.
What?
Did you say I don't know how accurate that
No, I said
is?
I wonder how accurate that is, like
Oh,
over the
oh,
years.
I can't
like
believe I didn't know that today was Groundhog Day.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm
Well,
like,
here
oh,
you go, Noah. I got it for you. Phil's predictions are accurate about 35% of the time.
geez, Louise, Phil.
Staten
That's
Island
actually not
Chuck.
that bad. That's probably
Wow,
his.
you know what? Staten Island Chuck is forgotten because everyone
Mm-hmm.
wants to talk about Puxatawny Phil. Staten Island Chuck he's had over 85% accuracy since 1981.
Wow, we gotta move on to him.
Justice, like then this whole news report is the video from Puxatawny Phil. But Staten Island Chuck is way more
Staten
accurate.
Island Chuck.
Let's see what Staten Island Chuck says today.
Matt said, I can't believe I missed it, and that stupid bastard saw his shadow.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Well, we gotta
man.
find out what Chuck saw.
Chuck also saw his shadow. We're toast.
God damn it,
We're,
Charlie.
we're, we're cooked. Staten Island Chuck also saw his shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter.
Ugh.
According
So,
to the Staten Island Zoo, Chuck has been accurate in his predictions nearly 80% of the time.
you know what? When we get that sweet relief, it's gonna feel so damn good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know.
When it's finally when we get that random 60-degree weather day in March that we get, or in February, which I don't think it's
Yeah,
coming this time
I don't
in
think it's coming in
February, but in
February.
March, when that random day hits where it's 60 degrees and everyone's hitting a rooftop and you're breaking out your mini skirt and maybe a little heel and you're pale as all hell, but you're just happy that 60 degrees, that day will come.
Yeah, that just gave me chills. We're
It gave
almost
you hope.
there. We're
We're
almost
almost
there.
there, everybody. All right, we're going to get into the rest of the show. We have weekly watch report, we have an interview, we have a lot of topics. But before we get into that, we want to just talk about the passing of Catherine O'Hara, which was so sad. The news came on Friday afternoon. She was 71 years old, so young, and for us, unexpected. I think we're still waiting for details about what was going on, any illnesses that she had, and it's just so heartbreaking. And to see the amazing words that people were saying about her all weekend long were just so nice, and to see, you know, someone who was so loved and also so appreciated for who they are and their humor and always going back to that and teaching so many young actors great things. It's just incredibly sad, so young.
I know it shocked everybody. I believe like her agents put out a statement that she had a brief illness. So we don't really have any more details than that. I did not realize that she had apparently suffered from this very rare condition where her organs were on the flipped, like on the other
Yes.
side of her body, which is crazy. I can only imagine what comes with that as far as like going to a doctor or being treated. It's like because they have to flip everything basically. So it's just it was so sad. What an absolute legend, comedic legend, one of the funniest people. I think you felt that from the words that everybody had to say about her, whether it was, people she's worked with for years, newer people she's worked with, people have only gotten to be near her for a short amount of time, but really felt her impact and lots of amazing Schitt's Creek quotes being thrown around. I know
Mm.
she had worked with Eugene Levy for a really long time. They've known each other for decades and decades. So, Dan wrote something really, really sweet as well. As did Macaulay Culkin's post was also heartbreaking. What really crushed me too was they just started filming the second season in the studio
Hmm.
in only like the last couple weeks. And I guess she has not been feeling great. So they kind of moved some things around in the schedule. So she had not started yet, but they had already started the second season filming, which sucks because then it's like, oh, so she's not going to be in the second season really at all. And she was so great in the first season. What a great character. So just really, 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 really sad just losing a great talent.
Yeah, it is really sad. But everything that everybody is saying about her too, you wish that you could experience being around somebody like that. Like I'm just
Totally.
seeing what everyone has to share, and she just seems so wonderful in all aspects. So incredibly sad, shocking at the
Yeah.
same time, and I guess we'll see, what else comes out from it going
Yeah.
forward.
Yep. I think it's time for a Schitt's Creek rewatch.
Well, then I
That's what
said
made
to
me think.
myself, I might have to just watch it
Yeah,
fully.
you do. You do.
Because I hadn't in the past. And I thought, well, now I feel like I need to.
I I really do think, and I know it's the same thing everybody says, and everybody had to say it to me. Everybody had to say it to me. You got to get to the second season.
I think I watched it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I think I would much probably more appreciate it now.
Yeah. I think you would too.
You
I
know what
think
I
you would
mean? I
too.
think I was just like smoking too much weed and just like, blah. But like now I'm
Yeah.
like ready for some fun,
Yeah.
Shit's Creek.
It's such a heartwarming show too. Like it's
Yes.
gotta.
And I love heartwarming.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I
now's the
just
time.
foresee it being a show you would love to put on before bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's get into the rest of the topics. We're going to be talking about the Grammys. We have the red carpet and then the actual show. Allegedly, Kim Kardashian is secretly dating Lewis Hamilton. The Devil Wears Prada 2 trailer has dropped. Connor Storrie will be hosting Saturday Night Live this upcoming weekend. We have a full Traitors recap. We also have the weekly watch report, and we have an interview with Spencer Pratt. By the way, that interview that we were teasing, it's coming on Wednesday. It's a fun little thing, and we'll leave it at that. And that'll be on Wednesday. I loved seeing everyone's reactions on Friday, which is like, we love Carl, obviously, but seeing everyone's reactions being like, wow, the office was going so crazy over Carl Radke was hilarious.
Yeah. You'll see what we're talking about when it
Yeah,
happens.
right. And it's really cute.
And
And,
sorry, we've been doing this to you for like 2 weeks.
right. And now everyone's going to see and go, oh, no, I'm kidding. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fun. It's
yeah,
really fun and cute. All
yeah.
right, let's get into it. All right, let's get into the Grammys. We're going to be discussing the red carpet before we get into the actual show. And the Grammys red carpet coverage is sponsored by Nutrafol. Good hair days do more than we can give them credit for. When your hair feels healthy, you show up differently, you're more confident, more relaxed, and you're not constantly checking the mirrors or adjusting your hair. Nutrafol is the number one dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the number one hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested to measure improvements in hair growth quality and strength. Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code CHICKS. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code CHICKS. All right, let's get into the red carpet coverage for last night's Grammy Awards. I gotta be honest, I was left hungry.
Mm,
I was left hungry for
you were not
more.
fed. You were not fed the way you
I
wanted to be.
did not feel like I was
Mm,
satiated in the way that I wanted to be for the looks on the red carpet. There were a couple standouts that I was like, wow, those are bangers. Olivia Dean, I thought was a humongous standout on the red carpet
gorgeous.
with her Chanel gown, the feathers of it all. I thought was stunning. Um, I was bored by Madison Beer.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
bored. I was bored by a lot of people, I'll say,
To be
actually.
honest, yeah, I would say, you know, bored by the people who don't really normally take risks anyway.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. Madison, it's these gorgeous girls. Madison Beer wearing, what looks like a black prom dress.
Hmm.
Same with, to be honest, that's how I feel even with like Haley Bieber. Once again, gorgeous jewels. Ho ho, stunning. The earrings, the necklace, the
Hmm.
glam, stunning. But cute black dress. Like no, it's just it's not there's not a big risk. And I do feel like the Grammys are a show that you can have some more fun with your look. Like
Yeah.
even I thought Addison Rae looked so cute. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. And to be honest, I thought it was like I thought she was gonna be in something crazy,
Hmm.
And I thought so like I thought that was fun what she was into. So I liked that.
Yeah. I thought I did not like Miley Cyrus's.
Not a fan of the Celine sort of suit look.
No, not really. I wasn't
I
really a fan of that.
Yeah, I also saw a lot of people saying like the whole brooch situation was like kind of giving Hunger Games. I saw that
Hmm.
thought a bunch, and I had would have had to agree. It definitely felt felt like that as well.
I thought
I Sabrina, are you gonna say Sabrina?
yeah, I thought Sabrina Carpenter's was pretty.
Very pretty, very pretty. It was cool. The beating was really really beautiful. I liked that one. I liked that one a lot. Tyla, I loved.
Always. I always loved Tyla's gowns
Yeah,
and
Tyla, I
everything she's
loved.
wearing. Can we talk about Chappell Roan?
Yeah,
Ouch. What the fuck was that?
yeah. I mean, she had to have had some sort of like
Covering,
breastplate on or something. Like it
for
was
sure.
absolutely one kind of like prosthetic. Um, Chappell Roan was in a gown that was covered like sheer, and then it came off, and then it looked like the dress was literally just holding on by her nipples. I can only imagine the amount of people that were like zooming in to try and see what the fuck was going on there
I was
because it
one of
was
them,
like
yes.
completely covered. And I mean, there's just no what like it was some sort of prosthetic covering, whatever, like something over her actual boob because there's just no way. And it didn't look like it wasn't like a real nipple. Like if you really
No,
looked at it.
no, there was no nipple there. It was just
Yeah.
hanging on. I just thought, ouch, if you get caught onto something and that dress gets pulled in one wrong direction, ooh, Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, immediate reaction is, oh, whoa, ouch. I was actually I was out to dinner very quickly before the show with my parents, and my dad was on his phone on Instagram, and our pictures of her red carpet look, and literally my mom's sitting next to him. They're in the booth. She looks over. What are you looking at? What is that? My dad's like, I don't know. Your daughter posted it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Here's the thing. I'm all out for, I mean, I'm all like in for a nipple out situation. Like,
Yeah,
when you could see, when it's like a sheer and you could see a little nipple. Like, I'm not against that. This, I just don't understand. Like, this to me, I just don't necessarily like it.
yeah,
Like, I'm not like, oh, I love this look because I don't really.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I liked what she wore on stage when she was presenting a lot more. Also another absolute gorgeous girl wearing just a very simple black dress to me was Tate McRae. Like, and Tate McRae, I think, and I just feel like her persona and the style she has, she's so cool.
hmm
And then this was sort of like it aged her.
I feel like she could do so much more. Like,
Yeah.
even
Once
like
again,
let
another beautiful necklace, but
gorgeous, but like we could throw the hair into a different hairstyle at some
yeah,
point.
yeah,
You know,
yep, yep, I agree.
no one's
That's,
taking a risk.
I know. I love that there was a lot of groups that did like matching outfits.
Cat's
Um,
eye.
Cat's Eye was all coordinated. Heim sisters were all coordinated, which I really liked. I thought the three of them looked gorgeous. Um, Cat's Eye was all, to be honest, I didn't, some of Cat's Eye looks I loved and some I didn't. Like
hmm
I don't know. Something about the lace like looked maybe like a little cheap to me. I don't know. There's like, but they're once again stunning, and I love the coordination. I feel like I don't know, everybody like all the girl groups like got the memo to come in
hmm
coordinated outfits, which I liked. Rose looked beautiful. There's some very pretty ones. Loved Gaga.
I always love Gaga because Gaga's always taking a
I
risk.
know.
Her
Loved
whole her
Gaga.
whole persona is taking a risk.
It always is, and she always crushes it in such a cool way. Um, Kelsey Ballerini's gown was stunning too.
Yeah,
I
she looked gorgeous.
I that gold with the hair slicked back,
hmm
really, 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 really pretty.
Yeah, that was
Jack
stunning.
Jack Antonoff showed up to the Grammys in literally jeans and a leather jacket. Like, I'm sorry. Come on. Come on.
He's just
Jeans
like,
and a white t-shirt?
she's like, I'm cool. I'm just gonna wear my jeans and a leather jacket.
Right. Like it's just like too chill.
Yeah. Blasé.
Harry Styles wore jeans though.
It's Harry Styles. And he wore a blazer with nothing on underneath it, you
Yeah,
know?
double standards.
Yeah. For those two, yeah.
You know
I have
when
no
it
problem.
comes when it
I have
comes to
no
it,
problem admitting that.
you kind of have there is when it comes to,
Yeah.
Harry Styles and for somebody else,
Let me tell you
there's a bit
something.
of a double standard.
Yeah, like there are girls out there, and I would feel this way, where it's like, oh, well, she wore it. I'd be like, me and her are not on the same level. That's not my peer. I'm not looking at her to see what I should be wearing. Jack Antonoff isn't like, oh, well, Harry Styles did it. Like that's not happening.
When you put it like that, though, sometimes I see a celebrity wearing something and I'm like, oh, well, Hailey Bieber wore it, so I can. So I and now I'm going back and forth because sometimes I do look at celebrities and go, well, if they wore it, then why can't I?
Not I. I do not have that issue. I'll see Miley Cyrus wearing something. I'm like, good for Miley. I
You
shouldn't be
could
wearing something
you
like
could
that.
be anything you want to be. Maybe that's what
Yeah,
Jack Antonoff said. He's like, I could be anything I want to be, and I want to be like Harry Styles.
yeah. By the way, Harry Styles also never wear. It was a bad outfit regardless. Like it wasn't a cool chill outfit.
Yeah, I didn't love Harry's outfit, I'm not gonna lie.
Um, I like Somber's full sequenced fit
So did I. I thought he looked
with the
fantastic.
sequin and the lace and the whole thing. Like that. I said, okay, pop off, best new artist.
Yeah, I thought he looked great. He was one of the best dressed for me.
Yeah. Nikki Glazer looked gorge, wore that black, like a black leather dress. The video, I was crying laughing. Did you see what she posted on her story?
Hmm.
The Grammys posted a behind the scenes video of Harry Styles walking backstage, and the video kind of like cuts off right as he's passing Nikki Glazer. And her face, like she's like, ah, like freaking out. And I'm pretty sure you can hear her be like, love you.
Listen, I love that Nikki Glazer is getting to go to all these awards. I hope that she hosts the Grammys next year.
Yeah, because let me tell you, her 3 second bit on stage was funnier than anything that was done the whole rest of the show. But we'll talk
Yeah.
about that when we talk about the show. Any other standouts? Oh my God, my guy Benson Boone looked adorable in his velvet. I want to call out the glam bot people because they posted a video of him getting ready for his glam bot, and they were all telling him to do a flip. And you know what? It's not like do a flip, do a flip. He's on the carpet.
Dance monkey.
Dance monkey dance.
Yeah.
I felt, and he was like, God, like my pants. He was like, my pants are too tight. Like I can't do it. And I was like, oh my God, even at the glam bot, they're telling him to do a flip.
It's not right. It is not right what they're doing to that guy, making him flip
Gosh.
all over the place. A standout for me to wrap up the carpet was Sierra Miller. I mean,
Oh,
is just honestly, she's been crushing her looks. She was at the Wuthering Heights premiere and she looked fucking stunning. And then last night at the Grammys, I loved it. She wore a classic black dress. But to me, this was like a standout black dress, and
totally.
she just looked stunning. That was a standout for me.
Totally. I did not like Heidi Klum's dress.
No, wasn't a fan of that either.
Was not a fan of that. Um, yeah, I feel like that's really some of the major standouts. There was a lot of black, you know?
That's a safe option though,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
It is. It definitely is. But
But we're saying to step outside the box.
I know, I know. Well, but even like Olivia Dean was one that is you take has those elements, but you elevate it and make it really cool at
Hmm.
this. I think she was my best dressed.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. Her and Somber were her gown though,
Yeah.
definitely the best gown that I saw all night.
Yeah. 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 Agreed.
All right, let's move into the Grammys show itself. There were a ton of performances. I thought it was an entertaining night. Too many damn commercials.
Yeah. There's always too many commercials in the Grammys though. And I like to tell myself that they need them because of like turning the stages around or in between or prepping, that it's
Mm.
like they need those breaks. Sabrina Carpenter's got a full airport on stage. Tyler the Creator is blowing things up. It's like they need those in between times to clear everything out before the next person.
You know what? Thank you for bringing that to my attention because I was just like old man yelling from my couch. Like, there's too many commercials. There's a commercial after every award. Like, I was getting so annoyed because it just was never end. Like, it was just, I want the entertainment. But now that you bring up that point, you're absolutely correct. How are they going
Yeah,
to get the things on stage if they don't have time to do that? But it was an entertainment filled night. I mean,
it
we could
was.
start from the beginning. Sabrina Carpenter, well, Rose and Bruno Mars opened up the show with Ah Petit Petit. And I just feel like this isn't really the music Bruno Mars wants to be making. Like something about watching Bruno perform this, I don't think his soul's in it. Like, I can just tell that Bruno Mars has more. Like
You
Bruno
just
Mars,
you think like the light has left his eyes.
he just is such a talented guy. I don't think that this music is his passion.
Yeah.
Ah, petit, petit. You can't tell me Bruno's like, yeah, this song fucking rocks. you
It is
know?
catchy as hell, but I don't know where it's like he I almost feel like sometimes now they treat him like he's like the house band. Like it's
Yes.
like, oh, we got a tradition, we got a transition happening. Let's send Bruno Mars out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like let's get a Bruno Mars moment, little house band transition moment.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people still make jokes about him being in debt. I know that that's like something that has been debunked, but there was a rumor there that he had like $50 million in gambling debt. And everyone was like, well, that's why you're seeing him everywhere. He's
Yeah.
got to pay off the debt. But MGM, like they've denied that that was ever true
Hmm.
and whatever. But it's like, I think also maybe because he had another performance. So it was like he opens the show and then they were like, oh, here, and then here's another Bruno Mars performance. You're like, oh, why another one? He
Yeah.
opened the show with such a big moment.
I will say, I just went on that whole spiel about Bruno Mars being like, there's no way this is the music he likes. Meanwhile, we're talking about the guy who's known for like Uptown Funk. Like
Yeah.
it's this has been Bruno Mars
Yeah.
forever. Maybe it's just this particular song. I'm like, why is this song so popular?
This song is just one that it gets stuck in your head. But watching the Grammys with your like parents, by the way, like me trying to explain to my mom what they were saying, I was like, I just can't do this. Like, she's like, what are they saying? Like, I'm like, pata pata. It's like- So, but it's a fun song, but
Right.
you're not finding like some deep meaning from the song.
No, when we
But it's like a
went,
fun pop song.
yeah, when you hear it from your couch, you're like, don't you want to
You
remember?
baby,
Yeah,
don't you? Yeah,
you need me now. And you're singing with
totally.
Rose and Bruno and you're getting into it. But then you like have a come to moment. You're like, what was I just singing?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
But they opened the show and then we got a Sabrina Carpenter performance. And Sabrina is just a bottle of fun, right?
She
Like
is.
you put her out on stage and she's just a Polly pocket full of joy prancing around that stage. She sang Man Child, really cool set. It was an airport. We had an airplane, the conveyor belts. She's prancing around. Reba McEntire's going nuts. She's like, "That's my baby." Like it is a good time. It's a good time performance. Everyone is enjoying themselves watching Sabrina Carpenter.
Absolutely. She's just like she's just a delight and like a delightful palate cleanser that you're just like, oh, give me more Sabrina. She's so great. She's
She's a
so
pocket full of sunshine on
yeah, she
stage.
is. She is. She really is. I love that. I thought that was a great performance. That was fun. It's it's unique. It's very she knows her brand, like
Hmm.
she plays to her strengths.
Yeah, she
And she
does.
was she was great.
Then we moved on to the Best Rap Album award was right off the bat, and Kendrick took this one home for GNX. Not a surprise.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I thought that maybe they'd be like, oh, we gave him so many last year that maybe we switch it up,
Hmm.
but I think well deserved for sure. There were some others that definitely like I would have been fine with winning, but good for Kendrick.
Yeah, always happy for Kendrick, and it's just always funny that it goes back to what Drake says. Kendrick just opened
Yeah.
his mouth. Somebody just hand him a Grammy right now. Like it's just every time. It's just Kendrick is always winning the Grammys.
Tre Trevor Noah, when he was like trying to joke around with Kendrick, like after a certain point, I feel like you could just tell on Kendrick's face, like, all right, like
I
that's
felt,
he.
yeah, I felt that way a lot with Trevor Noah with everybody. Like
Yeah.
Trevor Noah would say a funny joke, but then it just kept going on and on and on. Like the joke, it felt like it never ended in certain spots.
Yeah. And it seemed like more of the stars were incredibly nervous for him to come to like
Hmm.
their area. Like it's like, oh man. And I don't know, sometimes there's there's a there's an art to hosting that I think like Nikki Glazer to me does it in such a great way where there is a compliment in there or it's coming from love, but it's still like a funny joke.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think Trevor Noah can ramble into like the you're so great, you're so oh we you're so great, you're so great, and then like try and slide in a joke, and then it's like it doesn't flow very well.
He also uses the same jokes on multiple people. Like he said to Haley Bieber, "Can I get a discount code on the road?" But he also said that to somebody right before about their brand. He was like,
Yeah,
"Do
he
you think you
literally
get?"
made a joke to Pharrell. Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, can
yeah.
I get a discount code? Like, okay, brokey. Like, why are you asking everybody for a discount code?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
kidding. That's, but like it, it would have been a funny joke for one person,
yeah.
but then you are now using the same joke on multiple people.
Right, right. Makes sense. Yeah, that,
No,
that
it
is
makes
true.
no sense. It doesn't make sense.
No, it
It
makes
makes no
sense that
sense.
it makes sense that he recite like it makes sense that he just uses the same jokes all night because I feel like he it's weird because it's like he wants to push the envelope in other areas, but when it comes to like talking about the actual stars,
Mhm.
it doesn't happen, which I get. I'm sure that that's like a nerve-wracking thing to say anything straight to these people's face.
Right. You could
But
tell
yeah.
Justin Bieber was nervous.
Yeah.
I I feel so bad for Justin Bieber. It's like I think he hates these things, but at the same time wants to be a part of them, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll get into his performance because he's just so talented. But I don't think he wants to be there.
Hmm. I don't really know where he wants to be because you see him go anywhere. It looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Probably just at home in one of his mansions
Yeah.
or on
Yeah. Yeah.
vacation somewhere. The
I don't
guy's
blame him.
tired. He's been working since he was 14,
Yeah.
15.
And you know what? I think we're just maybe all a little too overly critical as well, where it's like he's probably fine most of the time. Like I know we see him on the carpet and he's like this, and you're like, "Come on, Justin, like is have a little fun, are you all right?" And then it's like, but realistically, he's probably fine. He just probably doesn't want to fucking smile at all the cameras. And once he's off the red carpet, he's like enjoying himself.
I hope so. I hope so because
I
he
hope so too.
looks
That's what I
pretty
tell
miserable
myself.
most of the time.
I know. But I
Wait,
think he's
what do
just
you guys think of his whole baggy pants thing?
what do you
is
mean?
that
I feel
yeah,
like
like
it's
what do you think
always
about it?
been I haven't seen him in anything else ever. So I feel like it's just his brand
I know,
of
I just
outfits.
I feel like it looks bad if I'm just being honest.
Yeah, the man loves an oversized outfit. He always has.
Yeah, I know. It's like maybe like switch it up once in a while. Like
Well, it is the joke that what like when people say when him and Haley show up somewhere, it's like, well, there's Haley and there's him. Like,
Yeah.
like he's never quite meeting Haley's standards of
Yeah.
how
like
she
some
dresses.
guys I feel like pull it off where it's like, oh, that's like a look. Like it's a baggy look, but I feel like him, it just looks like he got clothes that were like 10 times too big. It wasn't like a
Mhm.
planned like fit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just
In
like wearing like 15 XL clothes.
in his mind, he's like this, I'm getting the fucking fit off right
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, moving on, Best New Artist went to Olivia Dean, and that was a stacked category. And I have to say, they all performed, like all of the nominees for Best New Artist, and it went one into the other. I want to say that I am so sorry to Alex Warren for not knowing anything about his story because I feel like I knew nothing about his life.
Really?
I didn't. Or maybe I years ago I knew, but I feel like it escaped me. And we're watching and his earpiece came out and it fucked up his performance.
Well,
But
he posted a video. Did you see? He played the sound of what was playing in his ear, and it was like
yeah,
all jumbled.
right,
Like
because the earpiece came out. And
no, because the earpiece was playing the wrong shit in his ear.
oh,
Like he had the earpiece in, and it was like all jumbled up, like the mix was all wrong in
Oh,
his ear, which is
I took that as a joke TikTok that he made, being like, "This is what I heard." But
oh
I
no,
took,
I think that was like real. I think it was like this is what I heard was hearing. So he tried to take the earpiece out to
huh?
continue singing.
Oh, well, either way,
Yeah.
whatever happened messed him up. And he's so good. And I was watching and I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad that this is happening to him right now because he deserves this moment. And then Matt was like, well, do you know like the story about his life? And I was like, no, I really have no idea. And he told me and I just started crying. I was like, that is so crazy. And I had no idea. And then he was and I'm like, the guy from the Hype House? And he's like, yes. And I just was like, wow, he really deserves this moment. So I was so happy for him. And at the same time, I was like, it's so funny that him and Addison Rae are in the same category right now, and they both came from the Hype House. And two wildly different genres of music that they got going on, you know?
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, it was sad. It was like, oh, like once he started to get behind the music a little bit, I was like, oh no. I mean, I feel like he was able to try and save it there till the end. He's has such an incredible voice. So I just that was sad. It's like, oh, big moment, Grammys, and then you have that kind of technical difficulty. I felt bad because even at the end, like when it was like the pause in the transition and it was like on his face and he just looked like he was so pissed. I was like, I felt so bad in that moment. It's like, yeah, he's not going to be happy with how that went. What do you think of Addison Rae?
She was obviously lip syncing, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think lip syncing is going to be where she
Where she
lives. Not
lives.
that like not that I think her music is so fun. I loved a lot of the songs on the album, but like I don't know if she's I don't think she's a standout live
Yeah.
performer. Like
Well, that
you look at that and then you listen to Olivia Dean sing, you're like she's singing.
Right. I felt like that right there showed the difference between Addison Rae and the rest of the artists in the group was that like Addison Rae is a fun
Yeah,
pop, entertaining,
right. Little
whatever.
pop princess.
Right. And it's fun and it gives you what you need for that. But when you have her go back to back to back with all the rest of these artists that are just have you have Lola Young who just
Yeah,
has an incredible voice as well. You then see the big difference and you're like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she belongs in this category with everybody else.
So yeah,
Straight up.
the same way that you didn't know about Alex Warren, I had no fucking clue Leon Thomas was the guy from Victorious. Like,
Hmm.
I had no idea. I saw someone post on Instagram. I went, what?
Yeah.
I guess I never, I feel like he like has sunglasses on all the time when he's performing and doing, and I just hadn't made that connection. I thought, wow, what a talented cast of characters. Again, these young kids. Um, but it is always funny when you see Best New Artist, and it's been talked about for years that the Best New Artist category is like kind of a funny use of new artist because some are very much, yes, this is their first big song. This breakout moment happened early. But it's almost like best breakout artists, like who really had a fantastic year. Like Olivia Dean said in her speech, she's like, me and my manager, we've been doing this for 10 years. It's like this was not Olivia Dean's first album that she's ever
Yeah.
put out. There's people who have been working in the business for a long, long time, and they get put into the best new artist category because they're really being appreciated and discovered by the music world. But some of them have been going at it for quite some time already. It's Sabrina Carpenter, like that was an example too. It's like she's been working for years. So it is always interesting to see that that difference. Someone like Leon Thomas, He's been singing for forever.
Uh, he's singing on Nickelodeon and now here. And it's true. It is really just when they get that recognition.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not brand new. After that, we went into a performance from Justin Bieber. He was incredible. And now confusion with him walking out in his, boxers, shorts, whatever it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
What I took from that was that it was a stripped down performance in his bedroom. There was a mirror. I thought it was supposed to be like I'm in my room or whatever, just playing my music.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about the vocals
Mm-hmm.
and the music. It's not about the fancy sets or lights or outfits. It's just about me, Justin, singing my heart out. And that is what he did. And I had chills. I was like, this is a sexy performance. It and just shows his talent never leaves him. He is
Mm-mm.
always so talented.
Yeah, it was just a reminder to all of us that he still has the voice of an angel. In case anybody forgot, he is so talented, and I thought it was really cool. Like he came out, everyone immediately went, "Oh boy, he's in his underwear," and then he opens his mouth, and you're like, "Oh, who the fuck cares what he's got on?" He is just so talented, and I really loved the guitar like love that he came out. He just played the guitar. He was, recording what he was playing on the guitar, so that when he stopped playing the guitar and just started singing, his guitar playing was just looped. So, because I saw people being like, I thought he was going to play the guitars. Well, he did at the beginning, and then
Mhm.
he let that go throughout the entire performance. Um, and he's just such a talent, and you got to hear that full stripped down version. There's also just something so amazing about Justin Bieber where his voice is so insane. You forget really the words he's singing. You
Mhm.
really you're listening to the lyrics and you're like, these lyrics, it's still so funny when they're sung in such a serious way, but it was great. It was a fantastic performance. I was really just so happy to see him on the stage and singing and having that moment. They cut to Haley a lot, which was no
Mhm.
surprise, her in the audience. But everyone was loving it. What's not to love, truly. It was so good.
It was so good. I just was mesmerized. And he didn't open his eyes once. He was just in it. He was just feeling the music, singing it. And Haley is just so fucking beautiful. Like
Yeah.
seriously, close up on her face like that, and it is glowing. Like just the best skin ever, just glowing. It was just, that's how
Yeah.
I felt when I was like.
Fans think that he's debuted a new back tattoo of Haley's face. That went crazy viral. And they were like using this cover of, I think Elle it was.
It was Elle from
Elle.
2020.
Yeah, and that they were like, it's that picture and it's tattooed on his back. There's a lot of shadowing in it, like shading. Noah was texting the group being like, is it Jesus? I'm like, I don't know.
I still put my
It
money
seems
on
to be
Jesus.
Haley to me.
I think it's Haley because years
I
ago
think it's Haley.
he had mentioned that his back was open and he was like, when I have kids, I want to like maybe put portraits of my kids back there. So I feel like maybe he started with Haley and then we'll have Jack and then maybe like all the kids like on his
Yeah,
back.
I agree.
How would you feel about
The
that?
matriarch.
Like let's say that Marty or Joe were like tattoo guys. Would you be like, yeah, get my face on your back, or would that like weird you out?
Well, if they were like tattoo guys, like they had full tattoos, I wouldn't be weirded out.
No, I know, but
All
like
of
you
a,
could have
but
cool
if
tattoos, but
all of
it's
a
not a face.
sudden, if all of a sudden Marty was like has no tattoos and wanted to get my face, I would say, please don't.
No,
Yeah.
but like I feel like still, even if you have a lot of tattoos, like getting someone's full face on your back and you have to see that every day is kind of like a little strange.
But if
I
you're a tattoo person, like that's not strange to you. Like I know tattoo people who have people's faces on them and it's like not weird to them. It's just like what they do, So it's like
I
I
couldn't agree.
guess
I couldn't agree more. By the way, I think it's like if you're someone that's tatted up and the sleeves are done and everything, like you probably have a lot of people's faces on you
yeah.
in,
There's
in
at
different
least
spots.
one
Like
other
that's
face in
yeah.
there.
or there's something like that where that to me wouldn't raise a single alarm because it's
Hmm.
like if my guy is Justin Bieber, he's fully everything is tatted. So yeah, if you're my sweet, adorable husband who doesn't have a single tattoo, and all of a sudden he was like, I'm getting a full ass portrait of your face on my back, I'd say, maybe a problem. Ben Affleck gets that giant thing on his back. You go, maybe you're going through something.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the way, him and J-Lo are just like fully back together. Have you seen that?
Ben Affleck and I thought these were fake. I thought these were old photos. I keep trying to not get got by them.
No, Hollywood, they posted a video yesterday of them walking like hand in hand in the street.
I thought it was fake. I thought it was old. I was like, don't get got by this.
No, I don't think so.
Oh shit. I gotta look into that after. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I
You
don't,
know what? Those two, they
unless
just
I'm
can't
wrong.
fucking quit each other.
I know,
But
right?
I thought it was old videos, but maybe not.
I gotta go back and see if I can find it, but
I was trying to not get got by like old videos
I know, but
resurfacing.
they've been seen together a lot. That is true. Like they've definitely been seen together a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We got to look
So
into that after. But Justin Bieber, that was one of my favorite performances of the night.
we're making sure that we are staying strong to start this year. And if you're looking to get into a little exercise, your fitness journey, Planet Fitness has you covered. It's a judgment-free environment where you're free to get strong your way, your time. They're super supportive. You can go in and really start to do whatever you want. Take it easy. So maybe you want to take it a little slower. Maybe you want to jump in there and start strength training or using some of their best in class equipment, stretching, cardio. They have great machines. They have plate loaded strength machines like hack squats, supine benches, and seated calf raises. They got free weights, cable towers, Smith machines, upper and lower body strength machines, treadmills, stair climbers. It is so cold in so many places. And if you're somebody that like to go on a little walk outside, but it's getting too cold out there, you can join Planet Fitness, get on that treadmill, get in your steps. Most locations are open 24 hours at over 2,800 locations, and membership start at just $15 a month. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. Hours, amenities, and offers vary by club. Check out planetfitness.com or stop by your local club for more information. You must be 18 years old to enroll or 13 to 17 with a parent/guardian.
Then we went into Best Urban Music Album. Bad Bunny won. Bad Bunny won twice. He won Album of the Year and also for Urban Music. Loved Bad Bunny's speech. I felt like it was powerful. He spoke from the heart. And also just to watch how emotional he got about winning overall. Love him. Love him so much and was so happy for him.
I agree. I could not agree more. I was so happy for him. And you're right. What he said, just like the power of love and kind of just like rising above.
Hmm.
And he, such a, strong message, great message. He's so beloved
Hmm.
and it's so well deserved. I'm so
Hmm.
glad he was getting the flowers he
Yeah,
deserved.
he's just so incredibly deserving. And watching him get that all night last night just felt so great. So just so happy for him. And I can't wait for the Super Bowl. I cannot wait to see him perform. Trevor Noah was just doing like this bit with him the whole night, being like, oh, will you perform? Will you perform? And he was like, got the Super Bowl, you know. So I cannot wait to see his performance. I think it's going to be so much fun and entertaining. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, I think I may have been getting got by some old videos too. I don't know. There's been rumors though of Ben and Jen. They've just been spending time together, but it's also like, are they just a beautiful blended family getting along, even though they're not romantically together? But there's
Hmm.
some rumors swirling that perhaps it is romantic. I know. I thought that was funny with trying to get Bad Bunny to sing. Obviously, the Super Bowl is on. I think it's on NBC this year, so it was like like he can't be singing on CBS, but
Hmm.
it was very funny until it went on a little bit too long. Just
Hmm.
like a tad too long. The first time he did it, perfect. Maybe the second time could have been cut down by like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it did go on for a long time. That's what I mean though with Trevor Noah all
Yeah.
night was that it just felt like he would do a joke and he didn't know how to move on from it and it just went on and on and on. And
Yeah.
honestly, the people there were probably like, "All right, man, leave me alone."
Yeah. Absolutely.
But to, move towards the end of the night, because while we're on the topic of Bad Bunny, him winning Album of the Year and his reaction was just so sweet. It was
I
so
know.
special.
Did you have a moment though, like when that happened? I was like, is he there by himself? Like, did he have a friend? Somebody hug him. Like, was it?
I
I know, and
know.
I know he was obviously very emotional and taking it all in. But I was like, I don't know if he was moved around during the night or what happened, or if he didn't have anybody necessarily like with him. But I was like, agent, manager, family, anybody there to rub his shoulders, be like, great job.
I know, I know. Maybe they were just letting him have his moment and they were like, we don't want to,
Yeah,
he's really soaking it in, so maybe we don't want to
yeah.
disrupt it. I don't
I
know.
look, it was very powerful seeing him sit there and get very
Yeah.
emotional and um obviously take a few seconds just to even muster up the energy to get up there because he was so surprised, was so cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm laughing because Nat Wolf is behind him. I'm like, I was like, Nat, give him a little fist bump or something.
Yeah. Well, now Will's probably like, should I bother Bad
I
Bunny right
know.
now? You know? But
Exactly.
there were so many great performances and other awards throughout the night. Kendrick Lamar and SZA won for Best Record of the Year. Billie Eilish, Wildflower won Song of the Year, which is a beautiful song. And
Definitely a surprise, I would say, I think.
yeah, I think out of that category, people were surprised by that. Lola Young won Best Pop Solo Performance for Messy. Lady Gaga won Best Pop Vocal Album. I thought that was a surprise. I was honestly pretty stunned to see that, although I was rooting for her. And we got great performances. I thought Tyler, the Creator's performance was fantastic. I love him because he is just so creative and he always does something different and expresses himself. And I thought he did that in his performance. I loved it. I also felt like it was maybe sort of a callback to Marty Supreme a little bit with the car and the gas
I didn't think of
station.
that, but I could see that.
Because as I was watching it, I was like, wait, he's getting in a car, driving away, the gas station, blows up. Like, it's Marty Supreme.
That's
Yeah.
very, I didn't think about that either. That's a very true thought there could totally be some connection to that.
I feel like maybe it could be multiple meetings and multiple connections, but
Yeah.
that had to have crossed his mind at some point.
I feels like that
It's
would be some sort of parallel.
his most standout scene.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, definitely. Look, I that it was very entertaining. He's super creative. I love anybody that's going to come onto the Grammy stage and do something unique and different, which, is completely what he did.
Hmm. He
Yeah.
always does. He is just so creative, such a interesting, weird mind, but it's always great to get an
Yeah.
inside look into it. There was
What's the name of the second song he did?
Sugar on My Tongue.
Yeah, that song always very catchy.
Yeah, it makes you want to
Very
dance.
catchy. Yeah.
While watching him dance, I was like, this is how I dance in my home when I'm alone.
Yeah.
And
Did
it's comforting to watch him do it on a big stage.
did you see the video of like whoever was sitting in the audience like after he like fell down the stairs? He like laid on the ground for like another like minute after like after
Hmm.
like the broadcast stopped. The guy was like filming him like, why is he still like laying down next to me like
He's
in
committed.
character?
He was committed to it. You don't want to get up too soon.
I
All of a
think
sudden, the
it was
camera's still on you.
right. I think it was Laffy.
Yeah. The thing is, sometimes they don't take the camera away. Like when Lady Gaga performed, she was staring at that camera for a long time
Hmm.
and they still weren't taking it away. And then finally she breaks character and then the camera stops. It's like, move the camera before she breaks character. Come on. Play into the art, cameraman.
Hmm.
But there were other great performances as well. We got an Ozzy Osbourne tribute with Red Hot Chili Peppers and Post Malone. It is really crazy how much the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers looks like Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
It's really insane.
he
Matt
does.
turned to me and goes, "Is that Will Ferrell with the backwards hat?" And I was
Yeah.
like, you got
Yep.
got."
Yep. He does. He definitely does.
But
I thought that too.
That was pretty
I,
sick. That was probably my favorite performance of the night.
yeah,
That
I
was
think
awesome.
that was so cool. It was so good. Post Malone did such a good job. Young Blood was probably just
I
foaming at the mouth,
it
just
looked they cut
seething
to
with
him once.
jealousy.
He looked like he was like very much enjoying it, but I did think like, oh, it's kind of interesting that he wasn't involved in this at all.
Well, they can't have Young Blood be like he's Ozzy Osbourne. At
No,
some point,
but like they
they
could have
have
like
to
brought him like
separate. Right, but at some point they have to separate the two and be like, okay, Young Blood isn't actually Ozzy Osbourne. He doesn't have to do everything that has to do with Ozzy.
By the way,
Give another person a chance.
he did win the Grammy for performing an Ozzy song. Like
young
Yeah.
blood.
Youngblood won a Grammy for best rock performance for
I
singing hit live performance from Villa Park.
The
Young
cutaways to the
Blood,
family were like seemingly very emotional,
it
obviously.
was. I mean, they have been extremely emotional since Ozzy's passing.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
did
don't.
not know that there was an older sister. That kind of blew my mind
Mhm.
when I saw that she was there. And everyone was like, "Oh
Yeah,
my God, it's Amy Osborne." And I was like, "Who the fuck is Amy Osborne?"
right. She doesn't really.
No. And then I realized looking back, it was like she like left home at 16 because she didn't want to be a part of the show or do anything. And
Mhm.
then I had no clue. Because I was looking at the table, I'm like, wow, that she really looks like Sharon.
Mhm.
And I was like, that girl really looks like Sharon.
Yeah.
And Amy Osborne, I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
But
Youngblood is fantastic
yeah,
at singing Ozzy songs and doing him justice. And I thought Post Malone did a really great job too. Different
totally.
than Youngblood, obviously. I thought it was nice to see a change up of Post Malone doing it, but
Bigger name, obviously. I feel like that's what it comes down to for
Yeah.
the Grammys.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
I think so. But I think that they would let Youngblood do. Here, my take is
I thought
that
they could
they're
have brought him out, did a little duet for a second. I don't know.
Okay. He's probably pumped he won that Grammy for that performance.
yeah, definitely.
Right? Like that's got to be
I saw
best case scenario for him.
a tweet that called him evil Harry Styles, Youngblood.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, the both of those tributes were fantastic. I think then they went into Lauryn Hill singing to Honor D'Angelo and Roberta Flack and just like these amazing, amazing songs and amazing, amazing performances and performers and everybody coming on stage and having all these moments was really cool too. I just like there's just so many, I kind of wonder. I texted this too. It's like the producers, the Grammy producers, it's the who gets together and says, you know what? This is getting a full-blown song performance. We're getting people together. Bob Weir's getting 4 seconds of a
Well,
sentence
to
from
be
John
fair,
Mayer.
Bob Weir just died. I feel like this has probably been very much planned for like a long time. Like there were so many people involved in the D'Angelo thing where it's like clearly that
Yeah.
has been like in
Yeah, but the
the
Grammys,
works.
they're not that prepared. They add performers like last month.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I
It's
mean
like they're like,
that was
"Oh,
like
just announced."
D'Angelo was like 100 people on stage. And
Yeah, it
then I
was.
feel
It
like
was.
if
It
they already
was.
had that, then it's like, how are they gonna fit in a Bob Weir like
No, I know. I'm just saying
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought they could have put together quite the group of people
Maybe
to
they did.
honor him too.
I guess they
If
wouldn't
they
do
were
it
if they
next
were
year.
looking for star power,
Yeah, yeah.
they probably could have done that too. But no, it was all around great performances. And
So Justin Bieber's your favorite performance of the night?
yeah, he was mine for sure.
I put him up there as my favorite performance, but I really loved Tyler the Creators and Post Malone as well. Like they were all kind of like Justin Bieber's was first, so I was like best performance of the night. But then those two happened, and I was like, okay, but if I'm gonna go back and re-listen to one, it's probably gonna be Justin Bieber's.
Yeah.
Lola Young was actually a cool performance too. The way that she sang Messy in like a different way.
Yeah, it was cool. And I thought Olivia Dean was a favorite for me too. She just puts a smile on my face. She's just like a
Yeah,
ray of sunshine in
yeah.
that, red mini dress. But there's just so many Grammy Awards. They obviously don't announce all of them during the show. I was happy that Cynthia and Ariana won pop duo group performance for Defying Gravity. Fantastic performance. That was a big one for them. Lady Gaga won for dance pop recording as well for Abracadabra. Love that song. Laufey won Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. So there's just so many wins, so many ones that they don't even show. What you think of, we were talking about it, but I don't know if maybe she just was not standing because there were some moments that they cut to her where she was just like not standing when everybody else was standing. But everybody freaked out that Miley Cyrus didn't stand after Lady Gaga won her Grammy that Miley was also nominated for. And the internet kind of went crazy of like, oh, like was that like kind of shade? And I was like, I don't know. I think Miley just like didn't stand up for legit anybody the whole night.
I was unhappy about this, seeing
Yeah.
Miley do that.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, why not stand up for literally anybody? She didn't stand up at all.
Right.
And if she was wearing a dress that you can't stand in, I would understand. But she was just wearing like pants and a leather
Yeah, yeah,
jacket.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was confused about her not standing whatsoever. Maybe
Yeah.
she was told not to stand for cameras.
I don't know.
I have
Yeah.
no idea, but I was so confused. And especially when Lady Gaga won and she didn't stand up, I was unhappy with that. I was like, no, Miley, you can't be doing this right now.
Hmm.
You're not going to stand up.
I know.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to think it was a technical difficulty and not because she just wasn't standing in general, because
Yeah.
then that would confuse me. It's like, well, everyone's standing up for everybody. Why aren't you standing?
Agreed. I think that's kind of all the big moments, right?
Yeah, that was the standout moments of the night, and
Yeah.
it was a fucking long show, but it was entertaining.
It was. It definitely was. Um, the Grammys loves Billie Eilish, like you said. Loved seeing her with her little date. That was cute.
So cute.
And yeah, I felt like it was a it's long. The Grammys are always a long night. But great performances. And I did love that it was a good mix of winners. There wasn't a lot of repeats. There wasn't like one song that kind of swept all the major categories, which I think is fun when lots of people get to be awarded for their work this year. So,
I agree. I thought it was great all around to see so many people be rewarded.
yeah.
Moving on to the next topic. Kim Kardashian allegedly secretly dating Lewis Hamilton, which I feel like, okay, we haven't seen Kim Kardashian dating somebody in the news for a little bit. Felt like it was like Tom Brady, it was Odell, and now we have F1 driver Lewis Hamilton, which does that explain why she was at so many races? And I think she went to go see Lewis Hamilton, and I'm like, are people getting this confused? Are they actually dating or are they just spreading a rumor here?
Right. If that could also be very true. They've definitely, I mean, they've been friends for a long time. So I don't know if we're in a friends to lovers scenario here.
A trope.
Yes. They've never been romantically linked till now. They've been photographed together multiple times. They've known each other for a long time. Per the Sun, Kim left LA on Saturday afternoon on her private jet and met up with Lewis Hamilton to stay at the Estelle Manor in the Cotswolds.
I went there.
That's apparently where they were. The two had a very romantic weekend per source while being trailed by their security guards to ensure their privacy. Insiders told the outlet that the pair shared a room and had exclusive uses of the pool and the spa. And then they apparently checked out 11 a.m. Sunday and they left in two separate cars with Kim going back to the airport.
Wow. You know, that is a super private location, and that would make a lot of sense if they were looking for a little getaway in a somewhere where no one can find them.
Yes. And apparently they were both at Kate Hudson's New Year's Eve party in Aspen. But they were
Mm.
not photographed together there. But apparently they were both there.
Maybe they were vibing at the party. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
led to this little Cotswolds trip.
Yep, yep. That's very possible. They've known each other for a long time. So I don't know. You never know. Maybe this
Maybe
is a little connection.
maybe Lewis said, "Huh, it's time for me to take her out on a little trip."
Yeah. He's 41, she's 45. Feels
Age
appropriate.
appropriate. I like that.
Like he's obviously extremely successful as well.
Of course.
So very interesting. I don't know. We'll see. They've known each other for a while because I think that they like as far as couple friends, like when Kim was with Kanye, he dated Nicole Scherzinger for a while. So it was like I think they did a lot of coupley things together, which is interesting when things switch around, but it's been a long time. Very long.
Right. They're like,
It's been 10 plus,
yeah.
10 years at this point. So
You were a lot of fun on that double date. I'd love to take you out on
yeah,
our own.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't know. We'll be keeping our eye on this one.
Yes, we'll keep tabs on that.
Yes.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 trailer came out. And it looks pretty good to me. You know, I was nervous when we were seeing it being filmed around Manhattan and we were seeing tidbits about what they may have been filming. But the thing is, Meryl Streep is just such a phenomenal actress that when she graces your screen, it immediately makes the movie better, right? So, like, as soon as you hear her in that tone, in that Miranda tone, you're instantly brought back. You're instantly at ease and you're ready for the second movie to come out.
Absolutely. And I am still a little worried
Mm.
because the trailer really didn't give much away, which I'm happy about. I will say, like, I'm happy that it wasn't a 2.5 minute trailer where you felt like you watched the whole movie already. It really didn't share much of the plot at all. It's just like they're all back together and she's the new features editor for Runway. So it's like, oh, so that's the setup. And it was a good couple callback jokes. They throw Emily in there. It makes you feel like you're back in the universe without giving away really where the story is gonna go. And like you said, you got some iconic Miranda Priestley moments already. It's like acting like she completely forgets who Andy Sachs is. Love it. Great. That's
Plays
exactly
into
how I would
Miranda, yeah.
expect it to go.
Plays into Miranda so well.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see it. Like, I think
Same.
is it going to be better than the first one?
No,
There's no way. There's no
there's no
way
way.
it's going to touch the first one. But I think it will give us what we're looking for, and it won't be something that we're like greatly disappointed by. That's the way I'm looking at it because I just think that we have a ton of great actresses all together in a movie, and whenever Meryl Streep is on the screen, you're just captivated, and that's what's giving me hope for this second movie.
I agree. And you get a little I love Stanley Tucci's character in this movie. I'm so excited to see him back in this role. It's like one of my
Hmm.
favorites. So it's just exciting. It's exciting. They didn't really tease any of the cameos. We just have obviously heard about all of them that we're gonna get. So we'll see as we get closer. Maybe they release another trailer or teaser or something. But I thought that this was very strategic and smart on their part to play into the nostalgia, give a couple jokes, but not share really too many plot details.
Yes, I agree. Moving on, Connor Story is hosting SNL Saturday, February 28th. So exciting. And also so soon after being thrust into stardom. Like, I just feel like it takes usually a long time for people to make it onto Saturday Night Live, but not Connor Story. He's going to be on there.
Look, I agree. I'm so happy for them. I think that they are on a meteoric rise here. I mean, we got SNL, Hudson's walking in Fashion Week. It's just like they're thriving. I hope they're taking care of themselves. Put my mom hat on for a second to be like, it's a lot of fame all at once.
Hmm.
Hope they're taking care of themselves. Could be overwhelming. A lot of outside voices. I'm sure they're being told, like, you got to do this project now. You got to do that project now. So many different things coming across their desk. SNL's a great one because if there's one thing we know about Connor, the man can do an accent. So I just feel like they can really have some fun with him on SNL and see what he can do. Because I just feel like sketch, he will be so good at it.
I totally agree. I mean, just the fact that you pointed out that he can do such a good Russian accent, that I feel like the world is his oyster when it comes to Saturday Night Live. And I'm happy that he got on it so soon. Like, it
Yeah.
really takes people years and years and years to get on
Yep.
Saturday Night Live. And yet he does one banger of a show and they're like, we want you, which is so exciting for him. So well deserved. He's such a sweetheart. And he's been wanting this since he was literally a little kid. So it just makes me so happy. Mumford and Sons will be the musical guest as well. So
Love.
it's gonna be a great episode, and I'm just thrilled for both of them. But you're right, I do hope they're taking care of themselves. They are all over the world right now. Hudson Williams basically did a hard launch of his girlfriend on Instagram in a slide picture with her, and
I
then
miss that.
yeah, well, it was like in a slide, and then at the end, it was her and Connor like eating ice cream together in Europe,
Mm,
and somebody commented like his boyfriend and girlfriend, and he liked the comment. So I
mm.
think he was just confirming. And you know what? That's nice because I'm sure there are tons of people pining at him right now, and people have been wanting to know, did he have a girlfriend? Does he not have a girlfriend? And just throwing that in there, just a little tidbit. Probably doesn't have to show too much, but let's just like, here, I'm a taken man, and that's that.
Totally.
It was sweet and to see her hanging out with Connor as well. So I'm just so happy for our guys, and I can't wait to watch Connor on Saturday Night Live. This is one that I would love to tune into live
Yeah.
because it's probably just so exciting and nerve-wracking and all of the things at once for him.
So a lot of rumors about him and Francois. Have you seen that? Because they've just been like out and about together a lot.
I have, but they're two guys that really do want to keep their
I know.
personal life private. So I just I'm like, okay, Hudson, gave us his girlfriend to confirm that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look too much into
Yeah.
what's going on with Connor because I feel like he was like so adamant that he wouldn't be sharing
Yeah.
about his personal life. So
Francois as well. It seems.
yes,
Yeah.
they seem pretty adamant
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. They do. They
which I
do.
respect.
But we were seeing the pictures.
Right,
We're
right.
seeing the pictures.
They are out there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. For sure.
we respect them. Whether you're hosting the watch party, bringing the snacks, or just here for the halftime show and commercials, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, makes Super Bowl Sunday even more fun. Maybe you're new to betting. You don't need to know stats or have any stress with it. Just pick the team you're cheering for or a player everyone's buzzing about. Pick it up throughout the party. Who's everyone talking to? Ask your friends and place your first bet. It's as simple as that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHICKS. New customers can turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins with code CHICKS. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, let's move into our Traitors recap. Episode 7 was the banquet. They called it the Black Banquet. They should not have hyped up this episode the way that they did. Because although it was a great episode, the banquet itself fell a little short for me
Hmm.
because I feel like they hyped it up like it was the most insane thing to ever happen. And yeah, it was entertaining, and Jam Jam being like, "It's Lisa," like all of that was entertaining, but it wasn't some insane carnage, as Alan worded it to me. Although a great episode.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think anytime shows like this hype up one singular episode, it gets fans a little bit too excited. They think it's going to be like the craziest thing to ever happen. Granted, I do think Jam Jam screaming it's Lisa as he's being pulled out of there was crazy. And I think for them in the moment, having that happen, they were like, this is fucking nuts. So living through that, I'm probably sure that I feel like that's probably why they were like, oh my God, wait until you get to the banquet. It's crazy because I don't think they've really, it's not like they've had that happen.
But my question is, it's not like Jam Jam knew that it was Lisa for 100% fact.
No,
Like
he
it
didn't.
was, for some reason, it wasn't being brought up that it was pure speculation. Like, like the way that they were bringing up the argument that Jam
Yeah.
Jam was like, well, Jam Jam said it was Lisa, and he has no reason to lie. He's a faithful. Yeah, he's not lying, but he's also speculating. He doesn't know for a fact that it's Lisa. Like, nobody was bringing that part up, which was driving me insane. Like, he was speculating and he was
Yeah.
correct, but he
Yeah. He was
didn't
just going
know.
off the kiss thing, though. Like
But
he
he
was
was going
clearly
off the
really confident about that.
right, but it wasn't the
But
kiss.
also,
So
Yeah.
I
it
mean,
was
no,
like,
the bigger
it,
thing is like people saying like he shouldn't have been able to say anything. After you're out, you're out. Like,
I
because
mean,
that's kind of bull, like you're out of the game.
But he doesn't know. He's a faithful. It's not like he knows
But
who the traitors
then
are.
Rob's whole argument about like if two people are lying, he had nothing to lose, which is kind of true, then it's like that's unfair because it's like here, you're out of the game. Why would he be lying then? Like he's out,
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
like Lisa, like so then that whole argument is like there's no way Lisa could have gotten out of that.
Right, but it's just speculation. That's what I'm confused why nobody is saying that. Like Rob being like, he has no reason to lie. Yeah, but he also doesn't know for sure
Yeah,
that it's
that's
Lisa.
true.
He
But
is
people are
a
gonna
faithful.
but
Like
people are gonna
it's
believe probably
Yeah.
his word more than someone who's like someone who's
Still in the
out there
game.
like they're like, oh, he must know. Like he
right. I'm
I
just
think you
saying
take the
that they don't.
words of someone that's a faithful on their way out over anybody else in the game because you're like, he was a faithful and there he goes and he's screaming about this and now he's
Yeah.
not in the game anymore.
And he turns out to be right, but he didn't know for sure. I think that's what I'm stuck on. Is like everyone's acting like Jam Jam knew for 100% fact that Lisa was a faithful. He didn't know. It was not like he was pulled out and all of
Yeah,
a sudden
a traitor.
had all the answers to the game. Like that's not what happened.
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. But I think he just like anything in this game, no one knows anything for sure. You
Right.
just have to be really confident in what you say. And I think they were just going over the fact that Jam Jam, well, like, wow, that just proves that he's the faithful and he's extremely confident that the kiss is what did it and whatever. So it's like, yes, it wasn't the kiss, but his confidence in the answer is clearly what threw everybody into it. I know that a lot of mixed feelings on Rob for this episode. I've seen people upset with him. I've seen people think he's, making good moves. I think you can be both. Like I'm sad that he went against his fellow traders, but I get why he did it because he's still looking out for himself. And it did feel like Lisa was a sinking ship. And at that point, it's like, well, I think I've done as much as I possibly can. I now have to sort of flip it. And he goes anti traitor. Some traitor on traitor crime here against Lisa. I also don't love it because it's like he's just besties with Colton. So it's like I know you're a traitor, it's fine, but he's making these moves because he's playing this game like step by step with Colton, which I'm like, ugh, fine, I guess.
Right. I'm gonna go into this thinking that Rob had no idea about Colton's past, which would then, make things a little bit more clear as to why he buddied up with him. But
Hmm.
also, it's like you don't need to do everything Colton's saying. He's letting, but is he just doing that so that when he gets to the end, he can fool Colton? Like, that's also an aspect. I was fine with Rob's move because although I was rooting for Lisa as a traitor because I thought Lisa was iconic on this show, She was awful. She was awful at a lot of points when the finger was being pointed at her as the traitor. She had no argument to flip it around and was really bad at defending herself against being a traitor. So at some point, you got to just cut off the tie and go, all right, I'm going to let her go down because I need to save myself. Now, did he have to put up some strong argument about why Lisa was a traitor? No, he didn't have to do that. I think that everybody at the roundtable has to speak, is my assumption with production. I feel like everybody has a moment where they talk, which is fine. But I feel like he could have made his moment be like, a lot of people are bringing up a lot of good points, and at this stage, I just feel like I don't know between Natalie and Lisa. Just keep it like pretty generic or be like, people are making great points about Lisa. The man was doing a whole spiel about why Lisa was the traitor.
Yeah.
So I feel like on that side of it, I understand voting Lisa out. And I feel like Candace honestly should have just voted for Natalie, knowing Lisa was going to be gone. But I do get why Candace did that because now immediately I would be like, all right, I understand this whole no root, voting for housewives thing. But Candace being like, I can't vote for Natalie or Lisa, and I'm gonna write Rob's name down. I'm gonna be taking a double look at Candace. And then if Candace goes, I'm gonna go, well, she wrote Rob's name down, Rob's a traitor. Because it seems like
Yeah.
she just picked, I'm unhappy that Rob's going against Lisa, so now Rob's a traitor. So I would just be looking, if they do get to the point of looking at Candace, then I would also be looking at Rob. But you can also make the argument of Candace being like, she wouldn't vote for Natalie either. You know, is Natalie a traitor with Candace and Lisa? Like, there's all these different arguments where I feel like if Candace just wrote Natalie's name down, then she and Rob could have got together and be like, all right, now let's ride this to the fucking end. Because no one's suspecting Candace as a traitor right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could have worked something out to work together, but it seems like going forward, that's not going to be the case. I don't think they're going to work together. And I think they're both individually playing a good game for themselves. Like I don't have a large problem with either of their moves that they made. Candace writing Rob's name down, I think she did it as like a fuck you. If I go down, you're going down with me. And Rob's like, well, Lisa's going down and I'm getting away from that. I'm going to save myself.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was kind of confused by Candace's move at first, and then it's kind of clear that her defense of Lisa is going to come back to her, I think. So
Hmm.
it's like, if you're really the only one out here sticking up for Lisa, that's going to now point some fingers at you. If that does happen and they get Candace out, I think they'll think back on this vote and be like, that was weird she voted for Rob. Is it because they all started to turn on each other? And you see what happens from there. From what I'm gathering from social media, Candace, there's no love lost between Candace and Rob right now. So um it'll be interesting to see what happens. They've had some sassy comments back and forth to each other on Instagram. So I have a feeling their Traitors alliance is going to blow up when we watch the next episode. Do I wish Rob was able to stick with these ladies and make it work? We know the housewives really honor loyalty. So loyalty is very important to them in their friendships. And I think Candace is going to be very upset with Rob's disloyalty to the rest of the gals. But Rob, I get what Rob was doing for sure. I think he knows he's really flying under the radar. And I feel like he's reached the point in the game where he's like, I may actually be able to win this. And if I do, I got to make some big moves right now that's going to make me look like a faithful.
Hmm.
And that's what he did. So we'll see if it works. We'll see if it doesn't, but no one's really thinking about Rob right now. But my God, it's like the way the show is edited does no favors to Colton, because it's like after every roundtable, it makes it seem like Colton sits down in a room and is like, you know who I think's a traitor? And like just like immediately throws out another name. And you're like, Colton, calm down. 5 seconds. Just calm down before you're like, I know who's the next traitor. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay. But it's like the way it's cut makes it seem like that happens right away every single time.
Right. Sadly, I think, and I've been shitting on Colton. Sadly, I think that would be me if I
Yeah.
was a faithful. I think that I would just be thinking about this nonstop, and I would be like, I don't fucking trust anybody ever, and I'm on to all of you. And I thought that way about with Maura at the banquet. She's standing next to Lisa and Jam Jam when Jam Jam fixes Lisa's brooch.
Yeah.
Just has no idea what's going on. Like I just feel like how are you not paying attention and overthinking every single fucking thing? You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be thinking back to that moment, and be like, Jam Jam did fix Lisa's brooch. You know, after all of this, after it all connects the dots that
Yeah.
Lisa's a traitor, Jam Jam gets out. Because Lisa did kiss everybody on the cheek. So it's like, it clearly wasn't the kiss. We have to look at something else
Yeah.
that happened. What else did anybody witness Lisa do with Jam Jam? So I don't know. I
Right.
feel like,
It's
I
just
feel
like
like Maura's just like not paying attention to anything that's happening.
no, that's also, I don't know. It's smart because that's just such a minuscule thing that I don't know if it, I don't know if it gets on anybody's radar. Like, I don't
Well,
think
you,
if anybody was thinking like something with their outfits, because it's smart because everybody's outfit is so outlandish
yeah.
that it's like, well, everybody's in crazy stuff. So they're thinking about the food, the cards, like they're thinking about things that seem slightly out of place
Hmm.
instead of looking at things that are so in plain sight, like something on an outfit or like something like that, which is smart. I think the brooch was like a really good move as far like just for production goes in terms of like what they needed to change or use because they immediately went to bigger actions like, oh, who served me this or who did that or did I move this card and like whatever, um or a kiss. It was like a lot of physical action. It was more like they were all thinking of it as like the traitor did something to me,
Hmm.
not I did something to the traitor.
Yeah.
You know?
Poor,
Like it
poor
wasn't like,
Steven.
oh, I gave the traitor this and that was like they
Yeah.
all thought, "Oh, you served me food. You kissed me on the cheek. Like you did this." When really it was the other way.
Hmm. Poor Stephen Coletti just wanted to be a gentleman and serve food, and everyone was like, "It's
I
him,
know.
it's the
He was like,
turkey." And then
I was just trying to cut the turkey.
and Mark was like, "Guys, it's not the turkey. We're all eating the same turkey." So that was really funny. He was just trying to get his point across that it wasn't the turkey. I think as for the challenge and Rob getting the dagger, incredible that he was able to get the dagger. I mean,
Yeah.
just look at everybody in the face and find out who's lying, and he actually nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all pretty jazzed up to see him do that, I would say.
I think it helped that, you know, it benefited him that there was only one lady in the group.
She did not have a good poker face. Like,
She
it
did
almost
not.
it
She
was
did
so
not.
not. She did
bad
not.
that it looked like she wanted him to take it.
Yeah, she was not good at hiding that. It was very poor execution on her part. I will say though, I don't understand why Rob would tell the group about the dagger unless he were to say to them, "Hey guys, let's use this going forward for somebody we all want to vote for." Because telling everybody he has the dagger doesn't do anything for anybody.
But
He
wouldn't they have been able to? Wouldn't they have been able to deduce that anyway?
They would say it's Rob or Natalie or
Yeah.
no, they wouldn't because if
I'm trying to remember what happened, but they knew that
no,
I mean,
they didn't know that Natalie had it.
I mean, she
They
could have
didn't
said
know.
it.
But I'm saying Natalie could have told the
But
rest of the
then,
group
but
like I
she
had
could be
it.
lying
Right.
too. Like,
Yeah, but everyone could at the end of the
But
day.
if the five of them all get together and sit down and each the four boys go, I didn't have it, and then Natalie says, I did have it, and then they're like, well,
Yeah.
Rob took it, so it's like they'd figure out Rob
Yeah,
had it.
right. But I'm just saying, like, I think he should have, if he was gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm proving you guys I'm a faithful. I have the dagger." He could have been like, let's all vote for some, like, let's all use this going forward as a group who we want to take out, like, as a double, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to get them to trust
Right.
him even more.
Right, which I think he'll do
Yeah, well, I
now.
mean, we'll
Like I think
see.
he'll do going forward, but I think they were because it wasn't like there was any debate on who people were leaning towards at that point. It was like
No, no, I didn't
it's
mean for that one. I just mean
yeah,
going forward, like, hey, as a group, we should pick somebody that I'm going to use,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
gonna probably have to use it
yeah,
against Candace now.
right, right.
probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I don't think those two are going to work together just from what we've
No,
seen Candace say, like, and she's going to go after one person at the reunion. I feel like it's Rob.
yeah, it has to
Um,
be.
but it
Has
was,
there, sorry, I was gonna say, has there ever been a Traitor season where like the traitors just are gone, like mid-season? Like, how does that work? If they just like the next two episodes were like we get Candace and then they go after Rob because she said Rob, like, or they would
Well,
probably
sometimes they
fill
let
in
them.
someone.
Sometimes they let them recruit a new trader.
No,
Like if it
yeah, I
gets
guess they
down
they
to one
probably
or
have to
two,
like,
like sometimes they give them the option to bring in another to pick someone to be a trader like at the last minute.
mhm.
yeah.
If they were to do that, I would hope they would pick Johnny because Johnny is
Mm,
so much a faithful that, and he's on to Rob. So I would just pick the person who's
totally.
on to me. So
Totally.
I'd be like, all right, well, they'll get everybody off my back now, and everybody trusts Johnny as a faithful. So to
Yeah,
bring him in, oh, be so good.
totally.
All right, that wraps up the Traders recap. Can't wait for the next episode. And we have, I think, 3 episodes left. I think it's 11 episodes. The finale is, I believe, the 26th. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I think we have 4 episodes left.
Mhm.
Ooh, how exciting. Can't wait to see what happens between these two. I really cannot wait. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. So simple to use, the Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets on time at the best price. No surprises. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. Maybe you're eyeing some Hillary Duff tickets. Maybe you're eyeing Harry Styles tickets. You can look at Game Time for that upcoming event that you have your eyes on. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets to every type of event with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS, CHICKS, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. All right, let's get into the weekly watch report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday. I watched the entirety of this show, Finding Her Edge, on Netflix. Now, let me tell you, it took up my entire Saturday morning. I put it on as soon as I woke up and just watched it the entire day. And let me tell you, this show is not good, but it's also amazing. Like it's a bad show and it's really bad acting and there's so many plot holes, but I love it. Okay? Like realistically, it's a C show, but I'm gonna have to give it like a B minus because of how much I enjoyed watching it. But let me tell you, it is endless. It's about young figure skaters. It's a YA Netflix
Mhm.
series. There's a little love triangles, sisters fighting, a dead mom, obviously, with a dad who's just trying to figure it out. Like it's got all the elements. And let me tell you, some of the acting is just so atrocious. Some of the scenes, it's like
Mm.
one of those shows where like you're like, and action, walk in the room. Like it's just every scene starts off with somebody walking into a room and starting the scene. Like it's just perfect. And I ate this shit up. And I would recommend if you're just looking for something simple and easy to watch that maybe makes your heart flutter at times, or you get angry and you get so into it, but it's really just not that good at the same time.
From what you're describing, it's giving me sort of like my life with the Walter Boys kind of vibes, like where you're
Right.
like
Although I like
you're
this better.
you're locked into the story, but you're like, this is objectively not good, but
No,
I'm watching.
right. And I can't wait for the second season now. Like it ends on a cliffhanger
Yeah, yeah.
and I am in. So it's a C show, but my eyes into B minus. So I want that to be clear on the graphic. Because I don't want people to turn the show on and go B minus. It's not. But if you enjoy this kind of TV, you'll see what I mean.
Mm.
So gosh, I wish I could just have it from the beginning and erase my brain. It just hit the spot. Um I'm still watching Love Island Australia. I don't even know what episode I'm on. And I will give that a B. Love Island All Stars. I watched the first like 4 episodes. It is slow for me. Slow to start. I'm not super in right away. It's I'm
You
finding
gotta
it hard.
fight through it. It's so good now.
I'm finding it hard for it to grab my attention right now, but I'm going to continue. I will also give that. No, you know what? I'll give Love Island Australia an A minus, and I will give Love Island All Stars a B. Um, Send Help. Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien saw it in theaters, which I'm happy I did because we had missed the beginning part when we went to the screening. I will give it a I'm torn between an A minus and a B plus.
I think the fact that you like went to go see it again happily, like gives it an A minus,
I'll
you
give it an
know?
A minus. I'll give it an A minus. I really enjoy the movie. I think it's an original idea
Yeah.
and they are phenomenal in it. And I love just a fun movie. Like not everything has to be award-winning movie. Look into it like, oh, with this and my snobby little nose on how this little like no, it can just be a fun time
Yeah.
and also be a great movie. And that's what I think this is. And
Great
it's
performances.
funny.
It's got like a great Rotten Tomato score.
And it really captivates you. I think
Yeah.
the two of them like really you're never bored throughout this
No.
movie, even
Nope.
though it's just the two of them.
Yeah, I also didn't really know. I didn't expect like the amount of gore that it had like going into it. I thought it was going to be more of like a comedy. But
I
I thought it was
told
a
you it
good
was scary.
I mean, I thought it was like a good mix of comedy and horror. But I think the comedy like for me was like the better part of it. Like the jump scares throughout never really like got me. Like it wasn't I was never like scared, but uh I very much enjoyed it. I thought it
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
good. I thought like each of them, like obviously they had great chemistry.
I'm glad you enjoyed it because I took you guys and was like, endorsing the movie. And when we were leaving, I was like, so did you guys like it? Because I was nervous that I had brought everyone to a movie that they did not like.
I asked Rhea for like everybody's full reviews because I was like, why do I feel so defensive about like I'm like I feel so defensive about this movie. Like, tell me how everyone thought about it because if they didn't like it, we're gonna have a problem. Like
I
I'm like
basically, yeah, I basically said exactly what you said. I was like, Noah said he was found it really entertaining, but that the horror elements didn't work for him.
Yeah,
yeah.
they it's number one in the box office, like after the first opening weekend, which is impressive.
I'm
But
so happy for them.
and also it's like, yeah, it is impressive when it's just a movie with really just two people. Um, I know, like, and it kind of there's never really much like downtime, even though you'd think there would be, because like they're on an island. But I left to go to the bathroom at one point, and I'm like, all right, this. I was actually thinking on my walk to the bathroom, like, I'm so good at picking times to go to the bathroom. Like, this is a perfect. I'm not gonna miss anything, and I won't spoil it. But I came back and like I missed so much. Like, I like was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I thought that in my head when you got up to go to the bathroom. I thought he thinks this is a good part, but this
I
is
was
such
like,
a bad
perfect.
part, and
Something
I'm
just
not.
happened.
And I
I'm
wasn't
gonna.
gonna, reach over Kelly to be like, tell Noah not now. Like I wasn't gonna cause a
It was
scene.
also like the same thing when Tommy went, and then I had to tell him when he came back because he went into something that like you had to see, otherwise you'd be very confused on what's going on. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, they were good.
yeah. I'll give that an A minus, and I think that's all for me.
Um, I've been really locked into Love Island All Stars. I am caught up. So the last week of episodes on Peacock, I'm caught up on. Honestly, I'm gonna give it an A minus. I've been like waiting for the new episodes every night. I know you're watching, so I don't want to spoil it, but God, I really want to talk about it.
I'll
They
catch up. I have time today where I'm going to catch up on All
they
Stars.
they just brought in a bunch of Americans in a way that they've never done before. We got like Casa Amor is Villa USA. Like they
Hmm.
got a bunch of people, which is just very interesting. Like it's breaking my brain seeing these people talk to each other. I'm like, in my mind, you live in different worlds. You were all Love Island, but like seeing Millie like talking to guys from Love Island USA, I'm like, this is just crazy. And it's very entertaining. I'm excited to see what happens. Because I'm like, I don't know why the Love Island UK people in my mind, I'm like, they're royalty. Like these are
Hmm.
reality stars. And then some of the Love Island USA people, I'm like, he doesn't deserve to talk to Millie. But it's very entertaining. I'm very excited to see what happens and like what connections are made and what happens when everybody comes back together. I want to say something about Helena just quickly, and it's not too much of a spoiler, but I didn't really love Helena on her season. I'm feeling for her on this one. I'm just like she's getting the short end of the stick time and time again, and I'm like, come on, guys, really like whatever. She seems lovely. It's just I feel like she's getting kind of screwed here. But I've been loving it, really, really good. Caught up on Southern Charm. I'm just like sad and tired of watching Craig and Austin fight with each other. It's
Hmm.
just like it's happened for multiple seasons now. It's either be friends or don't be friends, but the way Craig referred to Austin as his enemy. And I thought that is a crazy thing to say about someone that's whatever level of friend you're at right now. But he's like, "Oh, you're gonna listen to my enemy." I'm like, "Your enemy?" So I mean, they're just going at it. They're in a bad place. They're fighting. They try and go to like a boys' dinner to for everyone to get back on the same page, and they're just not getting back on the same page. And it sucks because it's like not super fun to watch, in my opinion. And I think, granted, that comes into play with like being friends with both of them and then just being like, oh, guys, like, come on. Like, I need someone to shake them to be like, get over it. Like,
Hmm.
but that's kind of where I'm at because I just feel like there's other storylines and there's other things happening and it's getting really dominated uh by this friendship fight or whatever, whatever you want to call it. I also think Austin may have gotten a little screwed with the edit for like the coming like on the rest of this season of Southern Charm. The way it's cut makes it look like he cheats on Audrey with Sally. That like it looks like he
Hmm.
kisses Sally and then they break up, which is not what happened. Um, as far as I know, I feel like they broke up before that, but from what I saw, I feel like he had kind of said, "Oh, this is like not right. This is not accurate, factually
Hmm.
accurate here." So see how that all see how that all plays out. I'll give it a B. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still watching it. Um, everything else, to be honest, I don't think I've really watched anything else.
Have to grade Traitors, A.
Oh, Traitors, duh. A. I watched that immediately when I got home. Joe and I started Ponies. We watched the first two
Oh
episodes.
yeah.
I'm really excited to continue watching that. I really liked the first two episodes. I think that Haley Lou Richardson and Amelia Clark are fantastic together. I'll give that a B as well. I'm excited because I think it's just only going to get better. It was like a good couple setup episodes, and I hope I have time to watch that. Just like been a lot of travel, and that is watch anything on who. Yeah, I think I kind of think that's everything I watched. I haven't watched too much. Um, catching up. The last part of Salt Lake City reunion part three. I'll give a B plus. I think we got some more details of friendships, of relationships. I felt like felt very sad for Bronwyn of where things went for her and Todd in the show, and um, it kind of broke my heart to hear Bronwyn talk about it, like Todd not really knowing how the internet was like reacting to him, or I think he just thought like his actions were not weird or unusual or anything. Like he didn't think things were a big deal. And then I think Bronwyn kind of made it seem like he went down a rabbit hole of, searching his name and looking at Reddit and like doing all these things. And that it just like really, really hurt him. And that made me sad. But sounds like they probably weren't going to come to an agreement of where they want to go right now with their life, because I think Bronwyn really enjoys doing the show and being a part of it, and Todd clearly doesn't feel the same. I think there seems to be a lot more going on with Whitney and Justin than they've been leaving on. Like Whitney got really emotional, walked off set when they were talking about this too. So just fighting through some relationship stuff. But yeah, did I give it a grade? I'll give it a B. Part 3, reunion. Tell Me Lies, episode 5. I remember
Yes,
in my
I
mind,
watched that too.
I was like, when you remember opening a certain app and then you're like, what was I watching? Then I realized I watched it on the plane and had to fast forward through a couple parts.
Yeah. Well, Tell Me Lies, I watched at the beginning of the week. So for some reason, when Monday comes around,
I
I'm
know
like,
you
I
completely
forgot that
forget
I
about.
even watched it.
I know if you feel like you completely forget about it.
Yeah. But we only have 3 more episodes after this.
Yeah, which is crazy because I feel like there's definitely things happening, but I'm waiting to see how it all develops. Let me tell you, I have enjoyed at least this last episode feeling like there's less Steven. Like, I feel like I'm watching less Steven. I feel like I'm watching more with the other characters.
Yeah.
Look, I know obviously it doesn't pan out well, but watching Wrigley and Bree together, I'm like, fuck, they're so
I like,
cute. I'm like,
I'm
shit.
really rooting for
Like
them.
Wrigley going with Bree to be with her mom, and like I was like, oh my god, the car, like they're so sweet. And then he's teaching her how to swim. I'm like, ugh, he's teaching her how to swim, which just breaks my heart because you fucking know that they don't end up together. It doesn't work for them. Ugh, man. But I watching their origin story, I guess, is really cute. I know they're probably not. Probably shouldn't be rooting for them since they're both cheating on the people they're with.
But
But
the
they're
annoying thing is,
all
yeah, the
like,
annoying thing is that he's not actually doing it because he feels bad, but Pippa's been cheating on him for this
Yeah,
whole
no, I know, I
time.
know.
yeah,
Exactly.
Pippa's
That's
been
why
cheating on him the
yeah,
whole time. So you're like, you know what? Do it, Wrigley. Pippa's
Yeah.
cheating
totally.
on you. And then Evan cheated on her with
Yeah,
Lucy. And so you're just like, you know what? Bree, be with Wrigley. Like,
totally.
they're all bad.
And Evan just like treated Molly like shit. Like everyone was like
Yeah,
kicked Molly to the curb when Bree came back. So
right.
no, they're all treating each other like shit. That is 100% true. Uh I love every time Diana fucking gives it to Steven. And like he tried to be like, I got into Yale Law, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I did too. And I'll get in wherever I want. Because I don't want to be near you. However, whatever he's about to do with those photos is gonna be real bad.
He's such a
Uh,
scumbag.
he's such a scumbag. If he sends those to like the fucking admission, like school, like what's he gonna do? Send them to Stanford Law admissions? Like I guess he might. I don't know. It's so crazy to me. Or like sending them out so that there's some sort of scandal and then she doesn't get into law school is going to drive me fucking insane because Diana like is the only one with a soul and
Truly.
deserves to go to law school, and she's gonna get fucked because of Steven. So
Yeah, he's, oh my God, such a scumbag.
It was
it really
satisfying to
is.
watch Steven like want to be really happy and celebrate with his friends and realize that he has no friends.
No
And he has
friends.
no one to celebrate with.
Like,
And
hey, you
no
guys
that's
want to
friends.
fine.
drink? Like, anyone want to? I got into Yale. Like,
Like, no one gives a
Yeah.
shit.
No one gives a shit because you're terrible. But
Yeah,
I'll give this episode a B plus.
me too.
okay, yeah, I was gonna give it a B plus too. Um, I'm like I think I saw people saying it was kind of a boring episode. I thought it was like I was pretty like locked in. So
Hmm.
good to be plus.
I think people are just so used to crazy shit happening every episode that when you have one episode that's like, uh, it's a good lead in. You need that episode because you're going to find out what Steven does with the picture. I think Brie, like the Brie and Wrigley stuff is going to become huge.
Hmm.
So it was a good episode. It just wasn't like crazy explosive. Um, and by the way, the end with Lucy, poor Lucy's so fucked up. Sorry, I forgot to bring that up. Playing the audio of Steven and it's just you're like,
It's
oh,
so, yeah,
you're
And
you're
then
in a
when she's
bad place and need major therapy.
that's
Like,
trauma right there.
yeah,
That
that's
is
and
major
then what's the
trauma.
guy that she's hooking up with? I forget his name.
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, when he's like I didn't know this was coming from a place of trauma, and she's like, it's not. It's like, no, it
You're
is.
like, no, girl, it is.
Oh, it is big time.
Yeah.
I watched the newest episode of The Beauty.
I'm more
I
behind.
Yeah, I very much enjoy the show. I'm really locked in. Like I think I like everything about this show other than Ashton Kutcher. Like Ashton Kutcher
Damn.
just every time I see him, I'm like, there's Ashton Kutcher, but he's not like playing a character that I kind of like buy into. I'm like like he's just being Ashton Kutcher, but he's supposed to be this kind of like evil rich guy. I don't know. Maybe I'll find myself believing it more as like we really haven't seen much of his character, but that's the one part that I like don't necessarily like so far. But everyone else is great. Evan Peters, like all the main people, Anthony Ramos,
Mhm.
obviously. Like I'm like that's like one of my shows that I'm like more looking forward to each week. So I'll give that a B plus. Traders, I'll give an A. Um, like it's just fun when a trader's like causing chaos. So like
Mhm.
whether Rob's playing the game right or not, like I feel like I saw Boston Rob and Bob the Drag Queen kind of like saying they didn't agree with like a lot of his moves and like how he went about it. But it's still just like fun to see traders going at each other. The Pit, given A minus.
I
I
gotta
feel
watch
like it's
that
starting to
too.
pick up. That's another one where I feel like people are saying like it's kind of like going a little slow, but I'm pretty locked in, and I feel like next episode will be like a big one, I think.
I feel like that was how season one went too. Like the first two episodes
Yeah.
of season one weren't crazy, and then crazy shit
Yeah,
happens.
we're like almost halfway, I would guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just like always gonna be a great show. I'll give it an A minus. Send Help, yeah, B plus. Already talked about that. Oh,
Woohoo.
I watched Miracle, The Boys of 80, which is the new documentary about the Miracle
Miracle on
hockey,
Ice. Yep.
which one of my favorite movies, and I'll watch anything about that. And this documentary is like all you could really ask for. Like they have everyone who's still alive from the team. They like go back to Lake Placid. They're being interviewed. Like they're going back to the locker rooms and like all these stories you didn't ever know. It's great. Like teared up a couple times. And it's
Aw.
also like a good way to with like the actual Winter Olympics happening like in a week. It's a good way to get into that mood.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Finding Her Edge, the figure skating.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you like, yeah, I'm excited to watch. Even though like I always say I'm gonna watch the Olympics, and then it's just too much. I just never do. It's like I never
Hmm.
know what to do. But I'll give that an A. And I watched Frankenstein, which if you had just said Frankenstein, I like had no interest. But then I kind of heard people saying, I mean, obviously it's like up for some Oscars, that it was like a great movie, but I just was hard to not have like the cartoony Frankenstein in my head when I was
Hmm.
hearing about this, like the green whatever. But I actually liked it like a lot more than I expected. Um, just like as a movie as a whole, I don't know if I agree that Jacob Elordi should have been nominated. Like I don't think he like necessarily gave like an incredible like he was good, but like I don't think he had to do anything crazy. Like I don't know. What
I
do
don't
you
know.
what's
I
your
I
disagree. I
wanna,
think
I
that's a
wanna,
pretty crazy physical like role
yeah.
you have to play.
I also want to step in and say that my grandpa texted me because he saw us on The View and he was like, "Hi, Maria, you made it. You're on The View. Love you." Like he was so excited. And then he said, Just saw Frankenstein with that guy Jacob. He was terrific. Picture was great. Watched it twice. And then I
Wow.
said, "Oh, really? I've heard great things. I haven't watched yet, but I'll have to." And he said, "I'm going to watch it again, LOL."
Three times?
Wow.
He
I
is
thought it was
gonna
really good.
he is gonna watch Frankenstein for a third time. That's how terrific Jacob was in his
Yeah.
eyes.
I mean, I thought like just personal opinion, like I thought Oscar Isaac was like a better, I was more like drawn to him in the movie, but great movie. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
really
it
good.
is Guillermo del Toro, it's not like it was
Yeah.
it's fluke. So it's a very well done, interesting take on the movie,
Yeah. So I'll
on
give
whatever
that
the character,
a B plus. And oh yeah, we never even like said that, but that was funny that we were on The View.
We were on The View because we were talking about Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie and their press tour for Wuthering Heights. And they pulled the clip from our podcast where we were discussing, how actors, when they have husbands or wives, act together. And it was so funny because Whoopi was like, and we have a clip from this podcast.
And then after they played the clip, which ended with me like saying like you have a husband, and like most of the View people were like laughing, but Whoopi was there like looking like miserable, like
No, well, the
who
clip
the
ended
fuck
with
was that?
the clip ended with Fran being like, "Well, I don't blame her."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, why don't you take my moment, Noah?
Yeah, and all the ladies were no, all the ladies were laughing at that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they were laughing at.
Except for Whoopi, you did not think that was
Whoopi
I
funny.
looks,
didn't think that was funny.
but people are like, does she not realize like she's doing the same thing? Like
Well, I think
she
that's
like
what
is
it's just an
very
old school mentality where like we went through this whole discussion with talk shows and podcasts. It's like you're you're basically doing one's on TV, one's on the internet.
Yeah, and also Whoopi is like probably in the mindset of like, I'm an actor and these people are acting, they're doing
Hmm.
their job. What do these little girls on this couch know about the art of acting?
yeah. It's also funny that it
Right.
was when we were in our hotel. It wasn't even like in our studio. It
We're
was
not
like
even in a studio. We're just in a random hotel.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see us on there.
no,
I was,
that
So
was
I
look,
was,
another.
someone in the production room of The View is watching Chicks of the Office. So,
yeah.
and they love Noah. Noah makes a big statement every time he's
My mom said
Well,
that she was like on the phone. By the way, like just I think this one I saw people messaging about. Like obviously the first one, if she hadn't been watching, I don't think any of us would have ever known about that.
mhm.
But she
Oh,
was like,
it got DM'd to us a couple times.
the
Yeah,
Kate
it did.
Hudson.
All of them. Like I'm just saying,
Yeah.
people when like
Well,
they're
the
like, you
Kate
were on The
Hudson's
View.
like
By the
after the
way, my
fact.
grandpa
Yeah.
watches, so he would have filled us
No, I know. I'm not saying the
in.
first time they didn't like say Chicks in the Office. So if you didn't
Yeah,
know that Kate Hudson was like referring to something that happened on our show,
right.
but she was like watching. She was on the phone and she said she like looked up at the TV and she was like saw you guys and was like thought that she like switched the channel or something. Like was so confused. But that was like I woke up again and I'm like, what? I thought Rachel McAdams like went on The View and that's
Oh, that's
but
so funny.
the last thing I watched was I watched The Rose Burn. If I had legs, I'd kick
Hmm.
you.
Get you.
Which I wasn't looking forward to watching ever. Like that's why I've been putting it off for so long because I knew it was going to be like this anxiety-inducing movie just by the trailer and by like the reviews and everything. And it was actually worse in that aspect than I could have even imagined. Like
Damn.
the way that they shot this movie, like alone, like all things like to the side, other than like that gives you anxiety. Like I don't know how to explain it without watching it, but like sh- she has a kid throughout the whole movie that's like has lines and is talking. You never see the kid. It's just like a close up of Rose Byrne's face. Like, and I know what they're trying to do, and I think it worked. Of like, this is kind of how she feels, where like she's trapped in
Hmm.
blah, like, and she ha has no contact with the outside world or whatever it is. But like, it's not like an enjoyable watch whatsoever. ASAP Rocky's in it. Like,
Hmm.
he's good in it. But I like didn't enjoy my time watching this. I'll say like she gave a great performance and I think like definitely worthy of the Oscar nomination, but not something I'll ever be rewatching and like I was just kind of wanting it to end throughout the whole time. So I'll give it a B minus. So
Higher grade than I was expecting you
But
to
Yeah.
give
the
it for
thing
that
is,
review.
like, I don't want to give it a bad grade because it gave me anxiety. Because that would kind of be like someone watching Marty Supreme or Uncut Gems and being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like I hated that." When
Right.
it's like it's a good movie for what it was
And I
trying to
think that's
do.
like the point.
That's the point of the
Like the movie
movie.
is trying to give you
Yeah,
anxiety. So it's
yeah.
like in that case, they're doing their job.
Right.
Conan O'Brien is in it. He plays like her therapist. He's funny and good in it. But yeah, it was just it's like Marty Supreme is like a fun anxiety. This is just like a bad anxiety.
Like an impending doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like if I might have like smoked a little beforehand and it was just like not that was not the move.
That was not the move for this movie.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
All
yeah, that's
right.
all I got.
All right. Well, that is everything we watched this week.
Truly Hard Seltzer delivers a juicy, refreshing fruit flavor that tastes like exactly what you're craving. It's light and easy to drink, make it perfect for spending time with friends and letting the day unfold naturally. With just 5% ABV and only 100 calories, you can enjoy it without the heavy feeling. They have great variety. They have more variety and creativity than other hard seltzers. Truly makes sharing simple and ensures there's something for everyone. Truly has so many different flavors that are delicious. So you can try different packs, see what you like, bring it to parties, maybe, any kind of outdoor event. Great to have some Trulies with you. Or if your friends are hosting a party, make sure you're bringing over some Trulies for everybody to enjoy. Make your dreams come true and find Truly Hard Seltzer near you. Or visit trulyhardseltzer.com.
All right, everyone, we are here with a special guest. We are joined by Spencer Pratt. We're here to talk about his new memoir. We got Spencer Pratt, the guy you love to hate, Confessions from a Reality TV Villain. And now we were just talking before you got in here. We're shocked. This is the first time you wrote a book.
We just kind of thought you'd have 5 or 6 books out by now, you know?
It's harder to get a book than people realize. Shout out Simon and Schuster and Gallery. It's a very it's like magical thing to have.
Why was this the right time for you to write the book?
I would have loved to have written this book in high school. The time is God's timing, obviously. But I think there was a closure to my journey. Obviously I'm not that old and I would like to have a new chapter or a new book of life. But for that, having everything just burn down and start at zero after the whole book is my hustle and trying to build up what I thought was fame and riches that then becomes just a home with your family and hummingbirds and crystals, and then that's gone. So I think it just had, at least I would imagine that was the publisher's perspective, that there was an end to the story.
No pun intended, but are you closing the chapter on being known as reality TV villain?
Well, my goal right now, that's why I'm blessed to be on the first Chicks in the Office podcast, is to have a #1 New York Times bestselling book. So that way, I don't, when like Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass call me a washed up reality star, I can say, that's #1 bestselling author, washed up reality star.
Right.
There's an asterisk there.
I would like to add some cachet to my brand here.
Yeah. Put that on bestseller.
But no, I will do any reality TV show. Definitely.
I guess it feels sort of repetitive, but I mean, you talk about it in your book, just how much you've been referred to as the most hated person on TV at one point. I mean, certainly when we were watching, but I think getting that behind the scenes of really how much you leaned into it really opens our eyes just a little bit more, right? Because when we were watching The Hills when it was on TV, it was like, oh my God, this asshole,
As Gail King referred to me for the first time, I thought I'd been called everything, but yesterday on CBS she called me douche canoe, and so I guess.
My God, out loud?
Yeah, out loud on
I just can't imagine those words coming out of Gail King's mouth.
I know, I had the same reaction. I'm like, she said those words.
So, but in her defense,
Put that on the back of the book.
Yeah.
when they do the updated, whatever that's called, like endorsements.
Yeah, all the quotes from people.
Yeah, I think, thank God it was so planned that even when I lost the plot, deep into the journey, I could always go back to like, no, you did this on purpose. Like so again, you know, when you're Dr. Frankenstein and Frankenstein, and then you're like making Dr. Jekyll Hyde, and then, you know, you're just deep in the play pretend. You know, now it's like, oh, so cool if you're a method. Timmy Chalamet, you know, he's always such a good ping pong player. Like, I was Timmy Chalamet of being like the bad boyfriend.
Right.
You know, so it was very strategic, and there was so much money behind it. I would do it again. If anything, I would have gone harder, you know.
Yeah.
Harder.
Oh my, absolutely.
What I mean,
I phoned it in. You know, it got to that. It was just
I
like,
don't know if you phoned it in.
I now looking back and
back,
knowing just, I would have just been so much scarier.
Well, it's interesting reading about like more of your childhood and earlier years, because now reading that and hearing that, you're like, okay, yeah, maybe, because I know you tell a story in the book where you kind of like blackmailed your dad. Like, and you held that over his head for a while. Yeah,
right?
it was
Extortion
kind of extortion. Like, you filmed him without his consent.
It was an audio recording.
Audio recording, and like, you were like, look, Dad, I got this tape of you, you know, freaking out. I could use this.
Technically, it was legal because he left the voicemail on the audio. So it would have been illegal if I was recording the phone, but he left it on a device. In the old days, before you guys were born, we had machines next to our phones that
don't worry, we had voicemails. We had
your
voicemails.
phones.
No,
Yeah,
on
I
my
had a
phone.
landline. I had to leave a message for my friends.
My parents still have a landline.
I'm just checking. I don't know what demo we're in. Don't want to date myself, but I would go. Like the duck phone.
Rotary phone.
Yeah.
No, but I just thought it was funny, like hearing those instances. And do you think at the time it seemed like you wrote, oh, your dad was maybe like a little angry, but then it kind of turned to respect?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was like, dang, you know, I got to pay this kid, you know. So yeah, I think I've always, people that have known me since preschool, I want to say I'm very similar. Like my spirit, my soul, it came to earth, and I've been the same brand for a long time.
Yeah. So, you know, I want to go through the thought process and sort of the mental behind, you know, like, all right, I'm going to be this bad boyfriend. Like, I'm going to lean into this. And you say you phoned it in, and you're like, it was easy, but like, seriously, what were you thinking to yourself as this starts going? Because you said, you know, you've kind of been the same person, but how do you separate the two? Because you can get lost in it.
Yeah, I think, as you'll, you know, obviously, God willing, if you're listening, you're reading the book or listening to the audio book, is you'll see I started in reality TV by creating and executive producing my own network show on Fox. And that was completely, we made up everything. It was so fake. The idea of anything being real, by the time I got to the Hills, I didn't know you could be in front of a camera and not come up with a plan and make a scene, and like, what's the payoff and what's our drama. So I think also the key was, one of the Hills executive producers was Brody, and our employee on Princess of Malibu. He was our showrunner. So I had already spent 6 months doing make-believe with this guy all day long. So by the time I get to the Hills and he's the executive producer there, I'm like, oh, I got this. And what they don't show on the Hills is, one of my favorite parts about Heidi when I met her is Heidi was the biggest player I'd ever met. When I met her, she was writing a book, How to Play the Player. So we were like, like a true chess match of a relationship that never, by the time we got to the Hills, because we started dating like in between seasons. So we were doing all these antics, young love type of things. So by the time the Hills started filming, she'd already changed her phone number on me. And so I was like, oh, okay, we're going to this tier. So, you know, it's just to the point where if I gave Heidi roses and I still had in my car, I thought it was such a good idea, use those same roses, give them again to Audrina, because I just saw how good of TV that would be. And then you're also working with the producers, like the famous get out of my car scene. I didn't come up with that. That's just, they're like, you're mad. She won't move in with you. She's already living with me. That's how fake all this stuff is. So And then you do it for 2 hours. You're sitting in the car doing the same stuff. So then you start really getting annoyed and your energy's like, okay, I want to get out of here. And so it looks like that's going on. But she got back in the car and we went out to dinner. So, it was just pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, I remember exactly where I was when it was revealed that like everything was fake. They pull up the green screen and Kristen and Brody, like they drive away, but then they come back together, they hug. And I was floored. My young self was like, what the hell? I've been lied to. Now, knowing what you know about how fake reality TV can be, is watching reality shows different for you because you could spot when something's fake, what's real? Do you think it's all fake? Like, where do you lie now watching these shows?
So I just did a show that it ended up not being a huge hit, but it was a lot of fun. It was on Hulu called Got to Get Out. And the thing about even when people I like the term image crafting, and pretty much you're curating your own, you think it's IG story, but you're trying to do it in front of the camera for a reality show. Even when you're doing that, when you're locked in a house for like 2 or 3 weeks and you have other people image crafting, and so even if you're being fake, like real, like if you're a bad person, real stuff comes out. Like on that show, I don't know what I'm legally allowed to say, but 2 people really cracked and one ends up like breaking out of the house, hitchhiking to like a liquor store. A lot of details they don't show on the show, but she was very locked in until she wasn't. So I always think even if you're fake, these shows can break you down even if you have a game plan.
Right.
Whereas it didn't for me because it was like vacation, having 2 kids. It was like not having to do any dad stuff. I was like, this is a spa. But no, I don't have any time to watch reality shows. I love them. And there's real people on reality shows that are authentic. But the problem with most shows now, which I don't judge and good luck, is everyone wants to just get more followers or get brand deals, or they think they're going to be Alex Earl if they pop off on a dating show. So which again, I think those people are entertaining too. So I like fame, whore, energy.
And I think it would probably be, although there was a lot of tabloids when you guys were on the Hills, there wasn't constant video evidence of everybody doing everything. So you talking about you and Heidi getting into that fight, but then going to get dinner after, it was easier to go and get dinner after because there wasn't everyone, there was paparazzi, but not every single move. Now it's a little...
Right, you'd be spotted. It'd be like you'd be spotted immediately. They'd take your picture at the restaurant and it'd be all over.
Heidi and Spencer are out to dinner. What do you mean they just got into this fight?
And you bring into a bigger thing that people are like, oh, how did you do that? You didn't care about getting hated? There was no IG Live, TikTok Live, comment sections, IG, no Snapchat, no TikTok. So I didn't feel any of that hate. Even if people hated me, if I went out and they were just like, oh, he's the worst person ever, they're like, can I get a photo?
Yeah.
And I knew they hated me. I was like, I knew that photo was getting... look at this piece of shit. It's like, I didn't care. I love taking photos.
Yeah, but you don't have to like take it home with you. It wasn't like you were scrolling in bed being
so that's the thing. I don't know, like when I say, oh, I would go harder, that's in that era.
Yeah.
The blowback on comment sections now, and, I love positive comments, so I would much rather be the Brody of the Hills based off of, now I have positive things. I'm like, oh, thank you. I like that. I like nice people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be blocking and muting people. So that's a huge, forget even keeping the storyline locked in. That's how I was able to.
Yeah. You wrote a little bit about Adam DeVello in the book.
Devil.
Devil. Yes, of course.
Devil.
Yes. And I will say, I think because watching The Hills and then having that big reveal and then anything I've ever seen him do after, I'm like, well, it's all fake. Like it's just all, which is crazy because he still does all these massive, massive shows.
He got, when The Hills rebooted, let's be clear, he hadn't done anything in 17 years, and then The Hills got rebooted, and so now his name has some clout. And so, yes.
Does he do that? Doesn't he do the
he's
Selling
Sunsets? So he doesn't have, let's be clear, he has one very good for him. I'm very excited that, good luck in hell with those riches.
But I watched Selling Sunset in the lens, and I'm like, well,
we'll
it's
look
fake
at
as
Selling
hell.
Sunset is so
read
fake.
about what that lady that quit the show had to say about him.
Chriselle was like, Christine.
Christine.
Yeah.
So check out what so it's not just like a Spencer. Go see her experience
for sure
with him. And, again, there's no jealousy. I don't want a franchise
Would
with
you have
millions of
rebooted with
dollars.
him again, or like, would you have wanted to do it with someone else?
Thankfully, I mean, I would have. Yes.
You were
But
ready
they
to
brought in this guy, Alex Baskin, who had created Vanderpump. He did
does
Housewives of Beverly Hills, Housewives of Orange County, now the new Shaw's reboot. So it was like bringing in like a Kobe Bryant GOAT of reality TV. So I was way more pumped. But I would.
Yeah.
One thing I learned about, and you'll see in the book, is burning bridges and relationships. And now, I could work with my enemy. Like, let's get some money.
Where do you think the reboot went wrong? Because I know that
how long is this podcast?
I know
That's
that we
a
were very
whole
excited,
special.
and I honestly knew when I asked that question, the reaction would be sort of like that. But I think maybe just from our point of view, it was like maybe casting, maybe there was just a lot of factors of bringing it back.
You'll read in my book, I've made some big mistakes in my life. And one of the biggest mistakes of my entire life is I got called to meet with the heads of MTV in 2017, I think. And we want to give you your own show. And some epiphany from the depths of stupid hit me. And I was like, let's reboot The Hills. And like, no, we're loving what you're doing on Snapchat with the family and your world and the crystals. I'm like, no. We should reboot The Hills because the Jersey Shore just came back. And I was, in my moronic thought, I was like, bring more clout, team up. Maybe they'll be thirsty again because nobody's had any checks and fame. And that's where we start on the journey of what went wrong. It shouldn't have even been rebooted. And then they bring in, with respect, Misha Barton, who was a scripted person, which is the weirdest concept that we're going to take. So I get if we're rebooting Laguna Beach. The Laguna Beach was based off of the Orange County show that she was on. So I kind of get like, that's the weirdest connection ever, but let's put her on.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with The Hills. So they bring in Misha Barton, and we're not getting the Misha Barton that was just like on TMZ in that backyard, jumping off that balcony, clip, which I was like, I thought maybe we're getting this. And that's why we did not get that version.
No.
And the one we did get, like I went to dinner with her the first night filming, and Heidi and I are drinking our New Zealand white wine, having a good time. And she's like, oh, no. And the second the cameras go down, I swear to God on a Bible, she takes the full glass and just go poof, and makes it like disappear like a magic trick. I was like, why? Like, please do that on the show. This Misha Barton looks fun, So, and it's back to what happened with the whole cast, and it's back to the word it's image crafting. Now this cast
no one wants to
is in the comments section. So the only way you can have a successful reality TV show is if you don't change your personality based off of like what Joe Schmo says to you and Timbuktu or whatever, and like, oh, I can't believe you did that or wore that, and then you change who you are. And these people were doing that. And then we also got cursed with the pandemic. So we're where everyone's getting 10 tests a day. We're wearing masks, taking them off to be like, hey, put the mask back on. We're shutting down. So many things went wrong, but it should have never happened. And, obviously I'm so glad it did. And I needed every one of those dollars, and I'm grateful for them. But I would have been better off for like my career life to having, even if it was just one season of my own show, even if it was canceled, but like had that brand building of my journey and not just back into this dumb. And then the storyline was like, oh, Heidi and Spencer are partying too hard when this is our only time we have a nanny, Heidi, like where we're going out. Also, everyone thinks we're all dying of COVID. So it's end of the world energy still. Like I like stocked up on liquor because like I thought it was a wrap. So yes, we were partying, and then we have like Ashley, this rando, like, oh my God, I think they have a drinking problem. Like, no, you have a non-drinking problem because this show should be partying
I do remember, now it's all coming back to me how this played
it's
out.
very triggering.
Yeah, no, I can tell. And it's all coming back to us. And I mean, you're absolutely correct. Like, you need people on a reality show who really, really don't give a fuck about how they're perceived. I think like Brooke Nader right now is one of those people that like really does not care what people, she's just out there. Her name is out there. She's with everyone.
But it's just like you'll actually film yourself. There's so many people that do what you're saying is they've changed when they are so excited to sign up for reality TV and then they change themselves when the cameras are up.
Right. Like Misha Barton, you're right. Scripted television always would never fit reality TV. So yeah, I don't want you to say that it was like the worst move ever because we were all very excited. When it came back.
It made sense.
Yeah.
Like Jersey Shore is still on. I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Like we should have been the new Jersey Shore. And these people off camera, Audrina is entertaining off camera. Justin Bobby is entertaining. When the cameras turn off, these people are up till sunrise in the like random, like when we're in Tahoe, it's all boring, shooting, cameras up. They're all watching the sunrise in random casinos on the sides of we're like, doing indie film level content.
Yeah.
They don't want to get the edit that you and Heidi get where it looks like you guys are out there, you know, partying, whatever.
I don't think they want to look like anything but like a movie star.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? Yeah, and it's changed so much now too because I feel like they, you know, the reality TV that we're all nostalgic for, they actually found people that really knew each other and were like, had some sort of real life connection. Now I think they just throw people on a show and they're like, now act like you guys are all best friends. And you're like, I don't know this person really at all.
And then the other hard part about having any reality TV show is we watch people, whether it's real or fake, all day long on our feeds.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging to get somebody who can't even watch a full TikTok of somebody's Get Ready With Me to then like watch them get ready on a TV show to go out to a date.
Yeah.
So we've been like deprogrammed of like our attention span of what is, you know, I mean, obviously I'll stick into Alex Earl, Get Ready With Me to see if, you know, she says anything about Tom Brady, you know, mistakes and some Get Ready With Me's, but average one, you know, I don't care what palette you're using, I'm out.
No, that is very true. But I mean, you also obviously have a lot about your relationship in the book, and you and Heidi are really a testament to reality TV success because so many people came for you guys at the time, but look at all the reality TV couples that tried and failed. It's endless. And you guys are still going strong. What do you think it's been for you to kind of have that duality of like, no, we are a very still legit, safe, and compatible couple?
Yeah, for us, it was always such a strong relationship that anything that was portrayed didn't ever happen. So if all that happened, I would be like, yes, we survived. We made it. It's this way. But, you know, when we did a fake fight, we're leaving and going to Blockbuster and getting popcorn and red vines and mixing them together. You know, so our lives and our relationship were so grounded in just normal, everyday type, just good relationships. So it's not like this, how did it happen? Also, I was never planning on being in a relationship or getting married or anything. So one thing I will tell people when they like, oh, how do you make this work? Make sure you find somebody that you actually are in love with, that you want to be with. Because if I didn't love Heidi and she wasn't like an angel, I wouldn't be married. I wouldn't have kids. So I never had to like force it. Like it's meant to be, you know? So when people are like, oh, what are the tricks? I have no relationship guide advice because I'm not sure you can make a relationship that's not supposed to be, and you know, that's why there's a lot of divorce and breakups and a lot of these couples that we're compared to that don't make it in Hollywood, they maybe weren't supposed to be together or that was just their time together and they learned whatever they were going to learn from life from that relationship. But, you know, also Heidi's what people again don't know because we've always been so manipulated and part of, she's like the sweetest angel on earth. So it's very easy to have a successful marriage with somebody who is like a little fairy, you know? So she was like some bitch, like, I mean, gone, you know? So that is, thankfully that there are not two Spencers in the relationship. Like she's, you know, all I do is complain and whine and, you know, I'm horrible. She's great.
What's going on with Heidi's music right now?
We have we, because I'm so
Yeah,
part of it,
I kind of think of it as a couple.
we. It's like when we're pregnant. We're pregnant.
right.
We're due. She has a new album coming out probably in like 6 weeks, maybe sooner. Like 18 new. Her last album, Heidiwood, had all the top people that are popping, and then since that one has so much juice, we were able to even tap into even another tier of popping people that unless you're Tate McRae or
Right.
literally you're not getting these songs. So
Amazing.
So yeah, it's so exciting. That's again, having your house burned down is horrible, and then you focus on the blew Heidi's music up. So many people found it all over the world, and they're still streaming it, and still has every month at least 2 million monthly listeners without new algorithm music.
Yeah.
So it's incredible. I hope we get to do, she had a lot of performances, I hope, this year during Pride. As mayor of LA, of course, I will require Pride to be Heidi, the host of all Pride events. So people are that's one of my main policies.
Yes. Yeah. We only have a couple more minutes with you, so I don't know if we can dive in as much as we would like about, what future plans you have coming up. But you didn't, like you've said, and I will be more official about it, you did say you're going to run for the mayor of Los Angeles. You are running for the mayor of Los Angeles. It's happening. It's happening. Yes, it's you filed the whole thing. What's your, is it like your 2-minute elevator pitch? What? Why?
Thankfully, LA is so horrible. I don't need a pitch.
Yeah.
Anybody that is in LA knows exactly why I'm running, because the person that's currently the mayor that's running again has destroyed the city where you can't walk anywhere without stepping in either human poop or a fentanyl needle. You can't go to the park. City's broke. So anybody that is in LA and they're like, why is he running? They're like, oh my God, because anything's better, So even people who wouldn't want to vote for me are like, we're voting for Spencer.
Have you had a lot of people reach out?
I have friends that are like real ones that would be the first ones that call me up and be like, you're crazy and they'll hit me up and be like, you got to win this, bro. You got to fucking win this. That's the real litmus test. You're like OG friends but no, it's.
This came from kind of digging into the stuff with
once
the fires,
I found
right?
out, they let 12 people burn alive, 7,000 structures burned to the ground, and then in the last year, the amount of cover-ups, legit, not conspiracy, paid off, cover up, the shadiest stuff. So people who argue he only cares about Palisades. Actually, Palisades is part of Los Angeles. There's no mayor of Palisades. I care because, first off, I don't have a house in Palisades. I would like my kids to be able to grow up where I grew up. As you read in my book, LA was everything to me. Yeah. It's what made me want to be famous. It's made me want to. My whole life is about the LA dream that's now gone. If you ask anybody, transplants will be on TikTok, be like, LA's back. I'm like, you don't even know what you need a time machine if you think that. So I was hoping somebody else would step up. I don't want to be the mayor of LA. I want to go back to my house and feed hummingbirds and make Snapchats and dance to Taylor Swift. But they burned that life down. And so I don't have a choice because no one stepped up, and we were going to be stuck with this Karen Basura for 4 more years. And what she's able to do in 4 years just now, and she's the same plan. There's no hey, I'm the worst mayor, I'm going to change. It's let me lean into all these policies and everything. So I truly, it's crazy. I believe I'm going to win. And I think God burned my town down and my house because he's like, if you read my book, if there's anybody designed to go against the system, and that's the other thing, I'm not a political person. I'm not connected to one political party. I'm a common sense, we pay all this taxes. We should be able to not live in, realistically, there's third world countries that look better than LA, and no shade to third world countries, but for how many billions they're laundering. And that's what other thing I learned from the fire scam, the Fire Aid concert. I learned how they take $100 million and then none of the victims get it. And they put it to all these rich people and their NGOs, and they pay themselves bonuses and they put it in their little friend. They did that with $30 billion for homelessness, and they've increased more homeless. So people are like, oh, what's your experience? My experience is going to go do the exact opposite of what they're doing that's destroyed the city. So you give me $24 billion, I'm going to clean up the streets. You're not going to be smoking fentanyl. You're not. I'm in
I
no
know.
hurry. I'm in no hurry. I got all day. I got traffic last 20 minutes with the first chicks in the office.
I feel like I opened a can of worms being
no,
like, hey, we
now
only
you
have
got
a
me
few more
pumped.
minutes
Now you got me
left.
pumped.
we can tell
Yeah.
the passion that you
No,
have for LA,
yeah.
and I think you could see it in your book as well, and here
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah, so again, I don't want to do this. I have to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once I am mayor, I think I'm going to end up being mayor for like 8 years because I'm going to be the best mayor ever. And then I'm stuck. And then they're going to make me be the governor because I'm going to be like, oh, you saved LA. Can you please do this to the
Right.
whole state
All
of
the- now
California?
you're Arnold
And now I
Schwarzenegger.
have, no, he also failed too.
Yeah,
So I'm not going to be a failure. And then I'll be governor for 8 years. But I think I'll stop it there and just stay in California. Let's not even do the whole president thing. I don't want any of those big
Well, look,
issues.
that would be a much longer book than
Yeah.
You know,
than
that's
what
going
you
to
have.
be Spencer, the guy you love.
Right.
yeah, that's the
right.
next
Yeah,
book.
that's
That's
part
the next
two.
book.
There you go. Well, guys, the book is available now.
Please buy it.
Buy it, listen to it. The guy you loved to hate. I do like that you made loved past tense.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I don't know. Some smart person told me this 20 years ago, and I really locked into it. I don't know who they were. It could have been a bartender. Yeah. And he said, love and hate are on like the same pole. And if you can get people to hate you, it's actually harder to get somebody to hate you than to love you because hate takes more energy than love. So, like, I've always looked at like in my redemption arc in my head, I was like, well, if I can get people hate me so much, like one day it shouldn't be that hard to make like easier to just love. So that's been a goal ever since, being hated is not fun. Let's be clear. And I mean, if you read this book, anybody, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go be hated social media person.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not the ticket. But yes, thank you
Yes.
for having
Thank
me.
you so much,
Thank you so much
Spencer.
for coming.
Yeah.
You're showing off the book here.
Yes.
Go buy it. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Just a reminder, we have tickets on sale for our upcoming shows, and we want to see you there. We'll post it again online for you guys to see, but we also have the link in the description and on our socials. So we hope to see you there. We love you so very much, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? Two chicks getting paid in reality checks.